Welcome back, Not So Pro Nation. We are back with you for another live play-by-play reaction, and for this time, we're doing it for a playoff game. We got the Eagles and AJ point up. We got the Bucks. All right, and AJ is sporting the Baker Mayfield. What do you call that? Bandana, or what do you call that
I call
exactly?
this swag, dude.
The
This is Baker
swag.
Mayfield's swag right
All
here.
right, I like it. I like it. All right, but we're just going to be reacting to the game. No, we do not have it on, obviously, because we do not want our channel taken down. But we will be reacting to it live. You are play-by-plays. You may be able to potentially see it on one of the backgrounds, reflections off my thing. Maybe potentially we'll see. But hey, we're just here to have fun, talk about sports, talk about the game. We can talk about other games. There's been a lot of good games, a lot of blowouts so far this wild card weekend. But we're just here to have fun. So as we wait for the game to start and actually talk some football, our fans are strolling in, and we got Gabriel Munoz as the champ is here talking about how he won our NSP Gold League. So we put on these NSP fantasy leagues, and one of the ones that we hosted, one out of the three of them, Gabriel won one of them, and hey, he had a really good year.
Yeah, he did. It was super fun. We had a lot of fun in the NSP league. So he won in the most decorated league, which is our NSP gold league. So congrats to him. He got an awesome WWE belt with our logo on it, saying that he's the undisputed champ. So we had three leagues this year. I won one of them. Vincent won the other one. Reed is coming back next year for revenge, and Gabe won the third. So congratulations to you guys out there. I had a lot of fun. It was such a fun year, a difficult year, but none to say the less. It was super fun.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and as we wait for this game to start, we're going to talk a little bit about these past games, and obviously we have to talk about the Packers, as we have a Packer fan here. That game was incredible. Where is he? But that game was incredible. I had a sneaking suspicion a little bit, and I did pick the Cowboys to win in my bracket. So my bracket is 100% busted. But I did have the Packers. I had the Cowboys winning the game. I thought the Packers were going to have a chance to win that game, and I thought it would come down to the wire. Did I think we were going to win it in the first quarter? I did not. That was not. I was flabbergasted, and I just been every single game, I've been more impressed by Jordan Love, these young Bucks on our offense, by Matt LaFleur and his head coaching. At certain points of this year, did I question him a lot? I did. But here we are. We're going to the divisional round. We'll be facing the Niners next week, which will be a very interesting game. But AJ, I don't know if you got to watch the full game or how much you tuned in, but what are your thoughts about the Packers? You had the Cowboys. I think you had the Cowboys winning this game. So what were your thoughts on the Packers?
I had the Cowboys winning this game, but I had the Packers covering the spread.
Yes.
So I think they did cover the spread.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it was by a little bit, but
a little
they
bit. We barely,
just barely. But it was just amazing to me how they just blew the Cowboys. Like I said, like you said, they beat them in the first quarter. I mean, that was it. I mean, people announced the Cowboys dead after the first quarter. It was awesome. They had their foot on the gas and they did not let up. And that's exactly how you're supposed to beat the Cowboys. And like I said, there's a lot of self wounds out there with the Cowboys. They hurt themselves big time. You saw Dak Prescott with the early interceptions. You saw their defense. They couldn't keep up with Jordan Love. I saw Aaron Jones struggling in the first quarter, but Jordan Love kept that offensive line getting them in some deep territory. And then Aaron Jones just absolutely tore it up the rest of the game. So it was absolutely fun to watch. It's going to be a great game next week with the Niners and Packers. I'm super excited to watch it. A lot of history there, just as much as the Packers and Cowboys. So I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I was that whole game. I was cheering, and it was incredible. I'm so happy with how these Packers have played. But stay tuned. Later this stream, I will be telling AJ and all 49ers, I hope Shanahan's paying attention on the secret on how to stop this Niners offense, or this Packers offense, my bad. So I know the secret. It is, make sure you get your notes down. It is actually pretty easy. There's only one thing you need to do, but I'll reveal the secret later. So you have to stay tuned, all right? Shanahan, keep watching. All right. All right, here comes Rave, one of our biggest fans. It says Eagles will pull it out in the end, but it's going to be close. Okay, the game starts in 5 minutes, so we got to do our game picks actually here, AJ, very soon. But Rave has got the Eagles coming up on top. Rave, I would love to hear your final score prediction. See if you get it correct. But we already picked these games. Whether it's in our bracket, I know Rave has already submitted our bracket. If you don't know what our bracket is, it's too late to enter, so it's too bad for you if you're just hearing about it. But we put it out to all of our fans. Hey, fill out this bracket and turn it into us. And the person who has the most points at the end, who gets the most games right, is going to get a NSP merch, not trophy. Sorry, something like this. But who do we think is going to win? Ravens got the Eagles coming up on top. I got the Buccaneers winning this one. All right. I really am believing in the Baker Mayfield magic, etc. I think he is battling to get a contract next year, whether that's with the Bucs or another team. I think the Bucs will bring him back. But if he goes out and like craps the bed, he's not coming back. He needs to perform in this game. It's going to be very important for him. I got the Bucs winning. Eagles have looked really, really bad these past few games. Not really. What's the word? Not impressive at all. Offense has come very stagnant. Not being able to move the ball. Defense is just absolutely atrocious. I think the Bucs should definitely win this. I'm gonna go. I think it's a little bit. It's gonna be mid-scoring. I'm gonna go 24-17.
24-17. Wow. Pretty good. I like it. Low scoring. But like you said, I'm going to translate that to the Bucs as well. I think both teams have played atrocious towards the end of the season. They weren't looking impressive. They were barely winning, barely putting up points against the Panthers, the Buccaneers were, and the Eagles are imploding on themselves, right? So you got AJ Brown not playing tonight. He's unhappy with the team. He's dealing with injury. You have Hurts. He's dealing with the injury. I don't know if he has that locker room anymore. You have Jason Kelce rage quitting his podcast because of a few comments that his immature brother had. But I think that team is falling apart. I don't think they're ready to move on to the Super Bowl. So I think the Super Bowl is completely ruled out. But as far as this game, I do feel like the Eagles will have just enough firepower to come out on top. Now, do I want the Eagles to win? Absolutely not. I actually want the Buccaneers to win, which is kind of weird because my wife asked me every single game that I was watching this weekend, who do you want to win? I said, I want this team to win, but on my bracket, I have this team winning. And every team that I wanted to win actually won. And every team that I put on my bracket lost. So maybe next year I should just go with my heart and just put the teams who I really want to win, because the playoffs is a whole different story. I could call games like no one's business during the regular season, but the playoff time, it's a whole different monster, man. So I want the Buccaneers to win. Do I think they're going to win? I don't think so. I think the Eagles are going to run away with this game. I think it's going to be a very close game as well. I'm going to have it 27-24.
27-24 as a close game. I hope it's a close one. That's my biggest hope. Ravens got the Eagles winning 23-14. And Joe the Smoke, thank you for tuning in. Our resident Eagles fan says he's got 21-14 Eagles. Now I did talk to him. I think it was either this week, either today or last week, and he was not very confident on this Eagles team. When they were 10-1 and they were about to face the Niners, he was like, we're the best team in the NFC. And they were, before that, they definitely looked like they were potentially the best team in the NFC. And he has not been so hot on them so lately. It's been really tough watching him have to go through this Eagles absolute, what do you call it, meltdown. But hey, I'm for you, Joke the Smoke. I'm hoping the Eagles win so you can have a great day tomorrow. I know you had a field day making fun of Cowboys fans today at work. I know you definitely would love to come in tomorrow, be able to be a team still alive in the playoffs like the Packers are, because I'm going to give you hell if we're still alive in the playoffs and you're not. You know it. All right. He says, go, Pack, go. I love it. I appreciate it. Ray put a plus sign. I'm not sure what that means, but I love it, Rave.
Sometimes it does translate to something different on YouTube. I've noticed that these past few
you
days.
probably put an emoji or something, potentially.
Yeah.
All right, I bet it was great, Rave. Um, so here we go. We're about to hit the kickoff. Um, I don't know who's receiving. It looks Baker Mayfield's warming up, so I'm going to assume the Bucks are going to receive. I really would love to see the Bucks start off hot and just take command of this game and not play from behind. If I think they play from behind, the Eagles' running game is going to hurt them. We'll see what happens.
You see Ric Flair out here?
Yeah,
Ric Flair, that is freaking awesome, dude. Woo! That is so cool. I used to watch wrestling like all the freaking time, right? Ric Flair was a huge part of it. Absolutely love that he's there showing his support to his team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They haven't seen a lot of success, right? Of course, they did see some with Tom Brady, but is Baker Mayfield the key? Is he punching in his ticket to gain a long-term contract with the Buccaneers right here, right now? Many are saying that if he does not get it done here tonight, that he is not going to see a long-term contract with the Buccaneers. Maybe another 2 years, but this guy is looking for his last contract. I say last, but his big boy contract,
yeah.
right? He's at that age where he needs to get his a big boy contract, staying with the team for many years, just like Dak Prescott. That's a big talk right now. Where's Dak Prescott going to land up, right? Everyone wants him out. Everyone wants McCarthy out. But this is where it counts, is the playoffs. So will Baker Mayfield come out and show out for the Buccaneers tonight? I don't know. What do you think?
I would love to believe that he does. We've kind of like been a Baker fans. AJ has trashed him in the past when he was leaving the Browns. He didn't like his reaction, etc. But I think he's really matured over this past year. He's been a great leader, I think, in that locker room. The players around him have been like very pro Baker. I think, in my opinion, I would love to see him do it. I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think he locks up a long term contract, even if he wins this game. I don't see a 4 year contract in his realm of possibilities. I think 2-3 year max, and it's going to be 30 to 40 million, depending on how well he does. I do definitely believe if he loses this game, maybe they bring him back, but they're going to draft a quarterback.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it's very difficult for him, right? That's why I say it's a must-win show-out game for Baker Mayfield in order for him to even have a chance at this long-term contract, because the odds are not in his favor. This draft class coming up is super exciting because it is a QB-heavy draft class. The last time we saw this was with Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson and all them, which is super fun to watch. But this is the next big deal, especially with Caleb Williams coming out and officially official that he is entering this draft. You see JJ McCarthy, freaking college NCAA champion, out here for the Michigan Wolverines, officially announced that he is entering the NFL draft. So this should be a lot of fun to watch. A lot of teams are looking out to get quarterbacks. I mean, a lot of teams are, right? I can include the Atlanta Falcons out there because Ritter was just an absolute mess. Even teams that you might not expect, like the San Francisco 49ers, who need a backup quarterback because Sam Darnold's not going to be there next year. We signed him to a 1 year, $4 mil deal. We're not going to sign him for another $4 mil. But yes, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I definitely see them going out and seeking a young, talented quarterback to lead their franchise in the future, especially if they're going to be missing some key pieces in the next year, like Mike Evans, who may not be there any longer, which I don't think he will be, win or lose in the playoffs, right? I don't think he's there.
Yeah, he stayed the last time he signed the contract with them was after that Super Bowl where everybody was like, "Hey, I'm gonna re-sign with the Bucks." They brought back almost all their starters, and everybody signed pretty small deals because they wanted to keep that team together. I don't think he's gonna do that again. He took a pay cut last time. He has not been paid where he deserves to be paid. Mike Evans has been one of the best receivers since he has entered the league. He has definitely earned his pay due. And if the Bucks aren't willing to pay it, someone else will pay it for sure. So it definitely is going to look a little bit different no matter what happens in this game for that Buccaneers team.
Well, remember, you did hear him talk about when the contract extensions were in place for the NFL, that if he does not get an extension, that he's out of there. right? That he's not
Oh
going to be
yeah.
seen there next season. And he didn't get that extension. They couldn't agree upon anything. There were talks, but they couldn't agree upon anything. And I think Mike Evans is just a huge part of that offense because Chris Godwin, he's getting older out there. And I know there's still some more young talent, but that offense truly revolves around the threat of Mike Evans. And I absolutely love it. And if they replace the quarterback, it's going to look tough. It's going to look very, very tough.
Yeah, Mike Evans has been the cornerstone of that offense for a very long time. They got young stars, as you said. Rashad White, I think, is a really great young star in the backfield. You got good pieces, but it's just about building a championship team. And you also have to like consider, hey, is Baker Mayfield a guy you can win a championship with? Is he a guy that can go the long distance? And this playoff run can show us that. I really hope for him, but I very much doubt that you can win a championship with Baker Mayfield. I had not seen the X factor from him. You've seen a couple games, but game in, game out, he's not that guy, in my opinion.
He's that guy that has to have everything working out for him in order for him to look like
he needs good pieces around him, good system, good situation. He needs help.
And I think that's the biggest flaw with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now is that the Bowles, the head coach, I don't think he's that great of a head coach, in my opinion. Right. Ever since what was his name? Bruce Arians stepped down, stepped up,
away.
Whatever you want to say
yeah.
Stepped away from the head coaching position. People were talking like, hey, was there a conflict between Tom Brady and Bruce Arians and not them seeing eye to eye or whatnot, especially after the whole Antonio Brown mishap that happened over there. It was just a big mess. And now Bowles is here and it doesn't look like his team. And we just got kickoff here, by the way.
Woo!
So the game started. Reed, let's get the night going.
Let's go. You'll be my Al Michaels to my Chris Collinsworth, okay?
Sure, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Hey, I'll be sidekick.
No. Al Michaels, I think, is the big guy in that team.
You think so?
That duo. I mean, Chris Collinsworth, all he did is talk about Patrick Mahomes, and here's a guy
that whenever he runs outside the pocket, he really looks like a Patrick Mahomes out there.
Patrick Mahomes.
What is that ref doing? So here we got our first pass with Baker Mayfield totally out.
He double clutches it and very far out of reach.
Of course, aiming towards Mike Evans, establishing that they're going to get Mike Evans involved in this offense. Yes. I mean, they have to get involved in order for them to find success here. But Reed, going back to the whole Bowles thing, if the Buccaneers lose, or how would I say this? What would have to happen in order for Bowles to get replaced or fired as a head coach? Would they have to lose? Would they have to get embarrassed? Or
for him to get replaced, they need to get embarrassed in this game. They something pretty close, not exactly, to what happened in the Packers-Cowboys game. And it can look like whether it's points, it could look like just a dumb, stupid play by whether a head coach made, whether it's clock management, whether it was play calling, etc. It has to be something that you can point at the head coach and say, hey, this is your fault. What you just did not set your players up for the right situation. You got out coached. It needs to be 100% on him.
And right now they're looking really good. Yeah, they're marching down the field.
And it was to Mike Evans targeting him for the second time in this game, getting him the ball early. I think that's a very imperative. Dak and CD last game, they did not get the ball to CD early, and I think that's what hurt them in the long run, not getting that connection early enough. And if that's your whole offense, you gotta establish that pretty early in the game, in my opinion.
I want to look something up real quick.
All right.
I was gonna say, Rashad finally gets involved here, but one thing I do want to say about Bowles is that I feel like he hasn't really prepared the Buccaneers' future, right? Like, especially when you're getting key pieces, when you're looking at what to add on to this team. I feel like he's not really attending to the needs that the team's gonna have coming up. Like I said, Mike Evans. I think I'm going to sound like a broken record this stream because Mike Evans is just that big of a deal on this offense. And him not being in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next year, I think will cause some problems because you have that double factor between Mike Evans and Chris Godwin to keep that defense on their toes, right? And then you implement the factor of Cade Otton, the tight end, who's had a spectacular year so far. It's having a good game so far right now with just one catch over 10 yards.
Yep.
That, hey, you take Mike Evans out of the equation, now you're becoming more simple-minded, right? Now you're kind of looking at, okay, we need to cover up Chris Godwin, and our linebackers need to do a good job and making sure the middle is covered. And then that's really it, because I like Mike Evans, I like Rachaad White a lot, but he's not that X-factor caliber of a running back. He's not the guy to get 5+ yards every single carry. He's that what do you call that, utility guy that does most of his work with a pass catch, and then he what he does after the catch. So I think they need to address more of the, what do you call that, skill players positions this coming draft.
Well, he's averaging more than 5 yards per carry right now.
Right now, yeah.
It's pretty early in the game, but Rachaad White is looking pretty dang good. And it's mostly the run blocking. The offensive line is letting him get past that first line of defense, and he just needs to beat a linebacker and push for those extra yards. He is looking very good right now. We'll see if it can carry through that entire game. Oh, that looks like a botched play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield went to go either. I think it was going to be a play action no matter what. But Rashad went to the right. He went to the left to face the fake the play action. Definitely a miscue. Wonder who that was on.
Well, it's 3rd and 3 here. You know for sure, unless there's a turnover, that the Buccaneers will get some points on the board. Hopefully, right now the Eagles defense look very messy. They can't get it together. It just looks very scrappy right now. A lot of the plays are going down the middle. You see Cade Otton, you see Mike Evans. Now you see Rachaad White get a lot of the work done down the middle. You see another screen pass right here. Doesn't look like he's going to get the first down. And he actually does. He's right there. I don't know if he got it or not. He's right at the line. It looks like they're giving it to him.
Yeah, they give him a very generous spot there.
Very generous. But look at this, right? He gets stopped about 3 or 4 yards before the first down marker. And look at this grit that Rachaad White is playing with, getting into that, pushing guys out of his way to go up and get that first down. That is amazing effort by Rachaad White and very poor tackling by the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's what I think, in my opinion, what has really plagued this defense. It's the bad tackling. There's been bad coverage, obviously, in the secondary, but not getting those type of plays, those open field tackles, that's what you need in order to win games.
And here you see Baker Mayfield running and sliding, gaining about 7 yards right there. And honestly, I was thinking about this a lot, especially during the Patrick Mahomes play or this Chiefs game. I'm so fed up with this QB running crap that if a quarterback runs, I think the slide should be forbidden. I think there should no slide.
I'm okay with that.
Because
honestly,
you saw this defense, the Dolphins defense, 2 guys were about to collide and just make Patrick Mahomes disabled for the rest of his life, but they both stopped. And you could see them like stop, put their hands up, because if Patrick Mahomes slides and they touch him, that's a flag, and they're in the end zone. Patrick Mahomes doesn't slide, gets all the way down to the 1 yard line. That's so unfair. You can't do that to a team. I think that's dirty. They should totally forbid this slide. I think that should be a penalty. If you're running, you establish yourself as a runner, in my opinion.
I like it, AJ. Obviously, it will never happen in today's NFL. We protect the quarterback more and more every single year, but actually, they're getting more injured every single year. I don't like the fake slide, etc. What I hate the most is, hey, if that guy makes a football play, just like run of the mill, hey, he's a runner right now. I got to stop him. That's my job. It is my job to stop him. Not only am I going to get a penalty, but I'm also going to get fined thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is. And then when he gets down to the 1 yard line, you saw Patrick Mahomes just put his helmet down.
Yep.
He was just like, hey, I'm going to put my helmet down. And everyone wants to talk about Patrick Mahomes, how he's so mean, how he's so, tough because his helmet broke. That was an illegal play right there.
Yeah.
And we're not going to see him get fined. There is no flag. We're not going to see him get fined.
And then the refs called a timeout for him.
the refs call a timeout for him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
should have been
The,
an
the,
injury timeout and take him out for a play. But hey,
yeah, I mean, where does that lie, right? Your helmet breaks, which when have you ever seen a helmet break here? When?
pretty rare.
It's very rare, especially nowadays with these type of helmets. A little part of me wants to say like, maybe stage. I'm not going to get into it, right? Because no one's going to agree with me here. But when have we ever seen that? When? Right? Especially in the helmet that you put on your quarterback, you're not going to put no Reek helmet on him. They're going to go out there and put $1 million helmet. But yeah, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. There's not going to be any fine towards Patrick Mahomes. And the more and more I watch this guy play, the more and more I dislike him.
I personally don't dislike him. There's certain qualities I don't think is the greatest, but overall, I think he's a good guy. I, I don't like going that far, but I'm gonna go ahead and update our scoreboard as the Buccaneers did come up short in the red zone, but they were able to come up with points. And hey, we will take that all day long. Points are important. You don't need to go for a fourth down every single time. Take your points. Be content with that, and don't lose momentum. Don't lose momentum.
Speaking about points, right at the fourth down, when I was watching the Packers and Cowboys game, I saw that they did the whole what was it? A late hit or roughing the passer foul right before the halftime, roughing the passer, but at the same time there was a holding call. I forgot who the player was, but on the edge rusher, and really it really should have been roughing the passer in the first place. It was, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't remember the play exactly. I believe it was right before the half, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just there's missed calls everywhere. I'm not gonna point it at every single one and be like, oh, it's rigged. The refs only have there's two back judges and there's 10 players right there on the line of scrimmage. Plus you have maybe a running back blocking and then you have the quarterback. There's a lot to keep your eyes on. It's impossible to see every single thing. Is it frustrating? Definitely. But everybody holds. Everybody grabs a face mask or two, and it gets missed. So it's frustrating, but I'm not gonna hold it against the refs or say anything like that.
So now we're going to see Jalen Hurts come out right after this injury
Yep.
and see how he performs. You see his fingers being taped up.
Yep.
How do we feel this offense is going to respond without an AJ Brown? The last time we saw an offense without AJ Brown, they did not look that great, right? They did not look that explosive, not that creative. I don't think Nick Sirianni is that creative. But I mean, we're about to find out. But before we actually do, what are your thoughts here, Reed?
So losing AJ Brown is an absolute hole in their offense. It is going to really hurt them. Devontae Smith is going to have to have a big game in order for them to win this game. And then I think it ultimately comes down to how you run the ball. If you're able to run the ball, it's going to open up things in your passing game. You got to start with the run. Touch push all the way every third down, fourth down. You are aggressive in this game. You need points. You don't be not aggressive. I don't care if you're on your own 30-yard line. You're gonna go for a fourth down if it's a 4th and 1 situation. Win it on the ground, in my opinion. And
Cool.
that's what they do for their first play, 9-yard run from Swift. Gotta love that.
Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift, yes.
I don't know if you saw it, but right before the game, and they're like, and yes, she's here. And they zoomed in on Taylor Swift. She's like trying to clear out the window and look at it. And I was like, dude, seriously, like, why are we still doing this?
Yeah.
I do like the recognition that they gave to Cal Juszczyk's wife, who made Taylor Swift's jacket.
Cool.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody tweeted about it. Everybody talked about it. It was very cool.
Yeah. Not that they need the money, but
I need one of those jackets. So she better make this a whole business, because I'm buying 2 or 3.
I think they do have businesses because I know
I've looked at her website. It has to be a custom order.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she only does custom right now.
Because I know, so that's Juszczyk's wife, Kyle
Yes.
Juszczyk, which is the fullback for the San Francisco 49ers, long time there. Also, good friends with her is Mrs. Kittle. George Kittle's wife also has a small business. It's like do-it-yourself creative things. But yeah, I think it's very similar to that. It's like the wives of San Francisco or something like that. So something cool.
Should make it a reality show.
I think there's too many reality shows, man.
Yeah.
I don't really watch TV as much anymore. I mean, I really have YouTube TV just to watch. We're not sponsored by YouTube TV, by the way,
No.
but just to watch sports, and that's
Yep.
just
That's
really
it.
all it is. Yeah,
Other than that, it's anime for me.
yeah, big anime. I mean, like I said, I really don't watch much of anything. I mean, the wife and I, we try to get into shows and movies, like streams and stuff like that, but
Podcast takes so much of our life, man.
it really does. It does. Like I got to figure out a topic. Oh, we're looking up short right here for the Eagles, but try to find a topic for tomorrow. I'm going to talk about, which should be fairly easy after this game. But a lot of time, a lot of work goes into this.
Hey, hopefully McCarthy gets fired by tomorrow.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten fired just yet. I know they're kind of like
Jerry Jones is pissed.
And how bad did that look for Dan Quinn? Not a good ending of the ending of the season, the NFL season for him.
Like if they would have, Packers would have put up like 30 points. Hey, like Packers have a good offense in my opinion. Like it happens, but for 40 plus points get dropped in your defense at home, and Micah Parsons looking absolutely just not. Did he catch that?
No, he did it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sorry not to interrupt you, Reed, but live play-by-play here. It's 3rd and 2. Are you going to go for a deep pass like that?
Mm-hmm.
I never agreed with those calls. And there's nothing there. There's nothing
You agree with them when they work.
Still, with me, I don't like them.
Yeah.
I really don't. Because if you look at the play there, you don't have any check down. There's no one coming up the middle, no one coming back for a check. You just need 2 yards. That's it.
What I hate about the play call, you ended up with one-on-one coverage, but you had 2 receivers basically running the same route into the same area. Exactly. They could very much have collided if they ran the route just a little bit incorrectly. It's bad. It's bad. What is play design? Yeah, there you go. That's the word.
You got it. But it's horrible play design, and plus you can't run plays like that because you don't have a double threat. You don't have AJ Brown here, so normally you'll have AJ Brown on one side, and you'll have Devontae Smith on the other side, and maybe you'll have a Dallas Goedert come here and do a little slant route, or maybe go on a little post, and then you'll have your running back come in, do a little block, hitch block, go out, come back, just to get the 2 yards. It's a 2-yard play. If you want to run something like that, you gotta play passive aggressive, what I like to say, right? Still be aggressive, but have an escape code there. A little door, a little hey, rink-a-dink dump pass. Have the quarterback roll out. So if he needs to go and run for the first down, which Jalen Hurts is known for, which he's good at, what people say, have it available for him. I don't know. I didn't like the play call there. Good for the Buccaneers. They get a stop, they get the ball back.
Yep. Hey, they have another chance to put up more points early in this game. While the Eagles' offense is on the sideline, keep them on the sideline, make these long, drawn-out plays, give your defense some rest. That's how you win football games.
If the Buccaneers could come out with this possession here with a touchdown, oh, man, this game's going to get really hyped up.
Yep.
Kind of like what we saw with the Packers, right? Of course, they didn't settle for any field goals early on, but they just quick 3 touchdowns. Boom, boom, boom. Incredible, right? Yep. Defense played incredible. That was the biggest question here. I said on the podcast that the Packers offense are legit. They're going to go out there. They're going to be explosive, right? But my main concern was their defense. Will they be able to keep up with the Cowboys offense? Cowboys look horrible the first 2 drives. Then the 3rd drive, I think that's where the turnover was. Mm-hmm. They self-imploded. Horrible mistakes from their offense. You can't put all the blame on Dak Prescott. I'm not going to be that guy, right? Not everyone's performing. After the first series, you see CeeDee Lamb complaining. Mm-hmm. You see him complaining because he didn't get the ball in the first pass because Dak Prescott was under pressure and he had to roll out and get the first down himself but he's complaining on there. Like,
And then after all the complaining, Dak forced the ball and Darnell Savage picked it off for a pick six.
right. But then
That's
everyone's
what
gonna be like,
happens.
wow, Dak Prescott. Wow. That's
Hmm.
thank you a lot. But look at the bigger picture here. Look at CeeDee Lamb. Mike McCarthy had to go and calm him down in a playoff game.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. He's not ready to be there. He's not. I mean, you can argue with me all day if you're doing something like that in the first drive of the playoffs.
Playoffs?
The playoffs. He's not ready to be there. He's not ready to be there. The team has a lot of maturing to do. They're a young team. I can't even say they're a young team. They got young players like CeeDee Lamb, and then Micah Parsons comes out who can't keep his foot out of his mouth or needs to put his foot in his mouth.
I haven't watched this podcast today.
I haven't seen it. I don't watch his podcast. I just
Okay.
watch everyone ranting about his podcast. But he comes out here and makes comments saying, "Hey, Dan Quinn, yeah, he's probably going to be out. Maybe he'll take me.
Oh yeah, he said that
Maybe
before
he'll
the
take
game.
me." Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
big play
Chris
right
Godwin.
here. Godwin, yeah. Let me see a
Nice.
flag towards the end. But dude, really? You're going to say that before the game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're not ready to be there.
Yeah.
You're not ready to be there.
Yeah, a little bunch of divas.
Really, it really is. Yeah.
All right, let's see if what the flag is for. You're a little bit ahead of me.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
We see a personal foul, face mask on Zach Cunningham to Chris Godwin. So get a little more extra yards there. They're towards the middle of the field, right on the Buccaneers logos where they'll end up.
Yep.
But man, this game is looking good for the Buccaneers so far.
If they can capitalize on this drive, I think it's going to be a long game for the Eagles to try to dig themselves out of this hole. You got to get a stop here. Hold them to another 3 points. That'll be absolutely humongous for you to hold them to 3 here. Oh, and he gets a deep ball. Oh, Evans drops it.
Mike Evans drops the ball. Dang it, dude. That killed me a lot of fantasy games this past season. But you know what? I'm 3 for 5 this past season, so I can't complain with Mike Evans in 2 of those championship leagues. But what we see from time to time again, Reed, is the Buccaneers continuing to struggle in the red zone once they do get there, right? We saw it in the first drive. They continue to find the end zone to capitalize on all the work they do. It was a great pass. It was a great pass by Baker Mayfield. He put it right where he needed to put it, only where Mike Evans could make a play on it. And Mike Evans just did not come up with it. And let's see if they can get down there.
Shot wide, a 3-yard gain, going to be a 3rd and long. What do you think they go here? Do you try to get it Chris Godwin? Are you going to force feed Mike Evans again? What do you think this got to go?
I think you're gonna get the defense out. Right, you're gonna put Mike Evans out there. You're gonna put Chris Godwin on a post, and then you got to get Cade Otton in a slant route, get him open in the middle, and fight a connection. Have Baker Mayfield roll out, and then your gateway is Rachaad White if Cade Otton's not there. But get the defense out of the way. You're seeing a little micro blitz here. You see Rachaad White open. He doesn't go for it, and he goes for Chris Godwin here. Oh, what an incredible play!
Wow.
Yes, he's still going. He's still going.
Wow,
that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown right there.
I can't believe he got that after his wide receiver blocker fell down on that play.
You saw
for
that.
Him, yeah, for him to be able to still get a touchdown off of that play is incredible. What incredible footwork, maneuvering, elusive play by Chris Godwin.
And you'd like to see it too, because you see Baker Mayfield out there. He goes back. You don't see Cade Otton go in the slant. Instead, you see Chris Godwin go in the slant, and he manages to get open. But Baker Mayfield, look at that beautiful slant right there. Some defense mishaps. He gets hit. Godwin's wide open. You see Rachaad White wide open in the first down marker, right? But you don't see Baker Mayfield panic and try to jump out the ball to get the first down. He stays patient. He trusts his own line, and he finds Chris Godwin for a touchdown.
You really know how bad this Eagles defense is when they pick their own player.
It happens. It happens.
It happens, but I think that's been the story of this Eagles defense for the past how many games it happens. At a certain point, you got to start pointing fingers to somebody and figure out whose fault this Eagles defense is for them to fall off this hard. Is you got to point fingers, and somebody needs to be held accountable.
They're imploding. Let me ask you a question, Reed.
Yep.
And this is the question here. Who's the leader on that Eagles defense?
Eagles defense. I would like to say Slay, in my
You would
opinion.
like to say Slay, or is it Slay?
I would say Slay.
I can't tell who the leader is on that defense. I can't. And I think that's an issue right there. There's really no vocal leader on that defense to be like, hey, let's gather around, let's get your head out of your you know what, and let's do what we do. We're here for a reason, right? Let's do what we do. Let's win games. The game's not out of reach. It's 0-7, by the way. I know you're busy,
Oh,
but yeah. The game's not out of reach. The score is 0-0. Let's get down the field and do what we do, right? But now the offense is on the field. We've seen some success with Swift out there on that rush game. We haven't seen much success with the passing game. The main yards comes from Jalen Hurts rushing and also Swift rushing on the outside. Will they continue doing that? Will they go forward with the outside runs, or will they find some success with some short passes?
for sure. All right.
We got
Scoreboard
Ian
is
in the
updated.
house here. Ian,
Let's
love the new logo, by the way. I noticed it I think a
nice.
month ago. But it says Mayfield acting like Brady. He's definitely been playing top notch. He's putting the ball right where he needs to put it for his receivers to find success. We did see a couple of drops from Mike Evans earlier, a big time drop, but they're still capitalizing. So good for the Buccaneers. I would love to see them move forward in this playoff bracket.
For sure. It'll be one of the few games I got right in my playoff bracket.
I haven't gotten any games right in the playoff bracket.
You haven't got any, not even the Steelers and Bills?
Oh, the Bills, yeah. I thought
Yeah.
that was a gimme though, but I mean,
Yeah, for sure. It's a gimme.
the early games and
Hey, it looked pretty close for a second. It got close. The Steelers got within a touchdown.
yes, I guess you could say that, but I mean, you can't say that because it did happen. But the Steelers weren't ever going to be in that game.
For sure.
Uh,
Yeah. You
but
think
here we
Mike Tomlin
go.
should be fired?
Do I think Mike Thomas should be fired?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge scarcity when it comes to head coaches, like good head coaches in this league. And Mike Tomlin, if you, he's playing with scraps, dude. Let's
For
be
sure.
honest here. Let's
For
be
sure.
honest, right? You could make the argument Deontay Johnson is I don't want to say elite, right? Pickens is great, stuff like that. Defense, I think the defense is still very good, but you're playing with undisciplined offensive players. You've seen Big Ben Roethlisberger come out and say that as well. I think Mike Tomlin needs to be a little more aggressive as a head coach, as a more of a dad figure, so to speak.
I like it. Ian says it helps me have Evans and Godwin. I just hate how the Browns treated him. I don't think he's a top 10 guy, but he makes the playoffs every year with that roster. He definitely is not a top 10 guy. I don't know where he would land in that area, but he has been putting the ball on the money in this game so far. Brandon says, let's go. Baker. Tomlin says, all right, Ian says Tomlin should be traded if anything. I would be shocked. I don't think he needs to be fired, but there needs to be he needs to make some coordinator changes, in my opinion. Brandon says, "Congrats, Reed, on the win. Never thought I would say that. Hey, what happened, Brandon? I know you had the Texans to cheer on.
Come on now, Reed. Come on now.
Hey, I'm not that guy anymore from where I was last night. I was attacking everybody. I was going for throats. I'm just happy to be here. Just happy to be here." Ian says that you're tainted or traded if you decide to move on.
Going back to what he said earlier about Baker being a top 10 guy, I can't disagree. I think it is kind of tough, ranking 10 quarterbacks in this league with all the injuries, with all the mishaps. But Baker Mayfield may find his place as a top 10 quarterback once this year is officially over, with how everything's going, right? We're seeing a big mess. Like, do you rank players like Kirk Cousins in there? Because he got injured midseason, but before he got injured, he was playing lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was playing really well.
Can he come back from an ACL tear at his age? It's a tough thing to answer.
True that. Yeah.
Is Aaron Rodgers still a top 10 guy?
Would you even rank him top 10? Even though not
I don't know if
playing
I
one,
could.
right?
I don't think he's going to come out and do that incredible on that Jets offense, in my opinion. Brendan said he reads a new man. Nah, I'm still the same guy. And never changing. AJ says new year, new me every single year. I
I
never
do.
change.
If you follow my Twitter, I tweet out "New Year, New Me" every single year, and I quote my old tweet from the year
Another fourth
prior.
down and punt for this Eagles offense.
You just see them imploding. I mean, you see Jalen Hurts rolling out to the left, putting the ball right where he needs to put it in Dallas Goedert's hand, but he just drops it. It was good coverage, but he drops it there, and that's it's just it hurts. It hurts. So the Buccaneers gonna have another chance to put some more points on the board.
If they get more points on the board, the game's going to get out of hand. Brandon says, I hope Baker makes it to the Super Bowl or far in the playoffs. He needs to hit his moment so people can stop thinking he's mediocre. I agree with Ian. They let him go in the process of building. I'm talking about Tomlin. I don't think they let go of Tomlin.
I think about Baker Mayfield being in the perfect position where he's at right now, right? You put him in a team that has structure. You put him in a team that has elite players in it, in that offense where not all the focus is on Baker Mayfield, where he doesn't have to go out there and win you a game. That's why Baker Mayfield will find great success on teams like the Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, the San Francisco 49ers, right? You have a structured team that could complement one another, that you don't have to put the whole load on the quarterback, and Baker Mayfield will find a lot of success. I think he's above mediocre. He's above par type of quarterback. I just feel like he needs to mature a little bit more, but I think he has since his time in Cleveland.
I like it. Jones and Smoke says 13 was wide open. I think he's getting a little frustrated with this Eagles offense. Definitely wanted to see the ball moved a little bit more right now. Brandon Rogers says all for a quarterback who sits out for a year. Talking about Aaron Rodgers there, I believe. Ian says, and with 8 teams, possibly more after the playoffs, firing head coaches, a lot of quarterbacks could be thrown away and a full reset.
Yes, I 100% agree. Like, unfortunately, Sam Howell, he's gone. He's not going to be a starting quarterback anymore. And,
He'll be on the roster.
He'll be on the roster as a backup, but he's not going to be a starting quarterback. They got the second pick overall, right? They're getting a new head coach. He's not going to be there. I think the only young quarterback that's going to keep his job is Bryce Young with the Carolina Panthers. He didn't have the greatest year. Not great at all, actually. But I'm not going to put all the blame on him. He loses his head coach. You have a very young team, a very incomplete team. You start building around him, start giving him some time, a little more time in the NFL. I think he should find some success out there. I mean, he was highly decorated in college, so hopefully he finds success in the NFL. Do I think he will? Not so much, but yeah. Another thing I want to talk about you with Reed is like Ian said, right? New head coaches coming in with these teams. A lot of these quarterbacks are out, right? So I want to talk about the Tennessee Titans. You see Ryan Tannehill, he's not going to be there, right?
No.
We talked about this.
His contract is up. Yep.
I want to talk about Will Levis. Will Levis, he actually played pretty well, but the injury kind of sucks. But do you see Will Levis being there next year with a new head coach? Do you think they're going to invest into another young rookie quarterback?
It's tough with a new head coach, but they still have the same GM, and the GM ultimately controls the roster. The coach can choose, hey, I'm going to start this guy or whatever, but the GM is going to control the roster, who stays and goes. Definitely, I think they may look at a quarterback again, but it's kind of tough as you have drafted quarterbacks in the past 2 drafts with Malik Willis and then Will Levis. I would be shocked if they try to go again. I think you got to say, hey, this is what we got and try to make it work. Will Levis, he had bright spots, but he also had some down spots. Let him develop more. Let him see what he can do. It's not all about what they do in the first 2 or 3 games. It's what they do over the next year or 2 and see how they can develop. All right, develop this guy, see what he can become.
They have the 7th pick overall this upcoming draft. That's QB territory, right? I don't think they need a QB. I think they really need to work on the offensive line.
Yep.
But hey, they got the 7th pick overall. They can do whatever they want. whatever that coach wants to do, right? So here we go. We see the Buccaneers getting creative, marching down the field.
Oh,
Man, look at that
that was
little wide
almost
receiver.
blown up early.
Almost, but he finds himself 2 yards shy of the first down. Absolutely love that. But Brandon says, I think the Michigan quarterback, JJ McCarthy, will be a backup like Trey Lance. Now, hey, Trey Lance might find himself a starting job next year with the way Dak Prescott performed. I mean, hey, take it how you want, but how many times you got to see the same old story? I kept saying the same thing about Jimmy G, but Jimmy G, the difference between Jimmy G and Dak Prescott is that Jimmy G actually made it further than the first round. Okay, Dak Prescott hasn't. How many times you got to see that? Time is running out. But JJ McCarthy, don't get me wrong. I like the guy, very humble guy. I don't think he's an all-star quarterback. I don't think he's an elite
No.
quarterback. I think he's a game managing quarterback, right? I
Yep.
think he's a grade lower than Will Levis.
Yep.
But he's not a guy who's gonna go out there and absolutely tear teams up. I think he's Will Levis is right here. Sam Howell's right here. I think JJ McCarthy is right there, right in the middle between those two guys.
Definitely needs to develop more in order to be a starter in the league. All
For
right.
sure.
Ian says, "What do you think Chicago does? Think they keep the pick or trade it away and roll with JF?" I have no idea what they do. What I think they should do. I think they should trade away Justin Fields and get a quarterback. I don't think Justin Fields is it, and I don't know if you can go another year. The whole situation is screwed once you kept Eberflus. I think you should can Eberflus and can Justin Fields and just start all new. That's what they should have done. Keeping Eberflus screws everything up. They're going to be crappy for the next 5 years.
You see the Philadelphia Eagles have a positive play here on defense, just loading up on Rashad White in the backfield before he gets anything going.
Yep. Got some good comments here. There's so many firings this year with coaches. Levis played well, but he's not going to be the next team's guy most likely. Do y'all think Bijan was worth to get next year with having a new head coach? He's definitely worth to get, depending on who's their head coach. That could be potentially Bill Belichick. There's Bill Belichick's being thrown around everywhere, though.
Yeah, I think Bijan's a first rounder for sure next year.
It took me to find out what draft order is based on the worst to best team. Y'all think Bill will be on the Cowboys? No idea where Bill is going to end up. He's going to end up wherever he wants to be. Honestly, he's going to be interviewing teams. That's how these interviews are going to go.
Unless Jerry Jones is willing to, step down as a GM,
Yep.
I think that's where Bill Belichick would like to get in. Right.
That's exactly where my headspace is, AJ.
I think Bill will be up to going to a team that has a GM, or I think every team's going to be like, hey, you know what, Bill, we need a GM, but we want you as a coach. Okay, we're going to have a GM no matter what. You're going to have a lot of say so in what the team does, but we need a GM. I think that's the bottom line. But Jerry Jones does things a little different, right? He's the owner, he's the GM, he's the CEO, he's the bus driver, he's the everything, right? Everything has to go through him and only by him. I don't think Bill Belichick's a puppet here. So
For sure. Alonzo A. I think this might be your first time in the chat, so welcome to NSP. If you're feeling kind enough, hit that sub button. But it says Bill is going to the Chargers. That is one of my one of the people I've one of the teams I've thrown in the hat there. I said it pretty early before all the head coach firings. Now the market is kind of open for him. There's a lot of different places he could end up. I think Falcons. I think Cowboys. I think Chargers. There's definitely other places he could end up. Bill Belichick can choose where he wants to go at this point.
Exactly. Alonso, this actually might be my cousin here, Alonso. But yeah, appreciate you joining here on YouTube, man, if that is you. But yeah, Bill going to the Chargers, I think that'll be an awesome set for him because you have a foundation there, right? You have a pretty solid defense. You have a great quarterback there, and you continue adding some, talent in the wide receivers because we saw this past year, Johnston, he's just not it, right? He is not, he's a first round bust, in my opinion. But you put a head coach who knows what the hell he's doing, who could get creative with the type of players that he has, you're going to find great success on that team. I would love to see Bill go there. I would love to see Bill go to the Atlanta Falcons. I think they're just so close of just making everything possible. And I think that Bill Belichick can even do it with Desmond Ridder. I don't think they will. They're not going to have Desmond Ridder, right? But I think Bill Belichick could do it. If
I
anyone
don't
could do it,
know.
Bill Belichick, Jim Harbaugh, I think could go out there and make that happen. They got a talented team. You
I
got
think
Drake
Bill needs a
London.
quarterback. I think Bill needs a quarterback. Desmond
Yes,
Ritter isn't it.
but if you go back to the Patriots, right, I could contradict myself because I talk so much trash about Mac Jones, but he didn't have anything around him, right? You put Bill Belichick there with the Atlanta Falcons, you see what Bill could do with a pass catching running back, and Bijan Robinson could also run the crap out of the ball. You have Drake London, and then you have Kyle Pitts. Come on, a top tier tight end.
I cannot believe you just came in Mac Jones apologist.
No,
Who have you turned into?
I'm not a Mac Jones.
You're not
I can't
AJ.
stand Mac Jones. I think I think Mac Jones should have never been in the league, man. I can't stand that dude. But I'm just saying, I think if anyone could do it, Bill Belichick can.
We'll see. We'll see. Ian says the problem with the Cowboys is I feel like they would give. Why would Jerry give up control for Bill? The roster is far from the problem, except maybe quarterback. Yeah, the roster is not part of the problem. They have plenty of. Oh, Baker Mayfield gets sacked there. Good
Another
for the
positive
Eagles
play for the
defense. You
Eagles
definitely
defense,
need to. This defense needs to set up for at this point while they wait for the offense to heat up. I don't think the roster is the problem for the Cowboys. I think it's the leadership. I don't know if there's a lot of leaders, whether it's if you want to put it on Mike McCarthy or the players in the locker room. I think that's the problem for this Cowboys. But why would Jerry give up control? And I don't think it's necessary for him to give up control. I don't think Bill is looking for it to be a GM also. Jerry very much respects Bill Belichick. It is very widely known that he respects Bill.
That'll be interesting to see what. Oh, and we just almost an interception for the Philadelphia Eagles defense here. Got knocked out of his hands.
Hey, that's a fourth down stop though. In field goal range. We'll see if the Bucs are able to put up more points here.
You think they're in field goal range? Then they could kick that.
I think they're pretty close. They're definitely going to try. I don't think this is punt range. I don't know who their kicker is though, off the top of my head.
Let's see. Zeke needs to come back. I think Zeke does. No, I don't think he needs to come back. I think
that's not your problem, buddy.
No.
Yeah, they're going for the kick. It's a 54-yarder.
Okay, here we go.
From the logo. It's a big logo.
And it's good.
There we go.
We're good here.
AJ, you need to hit the pause button and play because you're killing me here with everything.
Oh man, well I gotta think about the fans who are watching. You know, we might be a little behind for them. You know, you just don't know.
You better be on point with all the calls because you'll be waiting for me. Mac Jones is straight cheeks, says Alonso. That Booty I think cheeks. AJ will definitely agree with you there. Yeah. Eagles need to continue sinking. They're definitely not flying. I don't know what they're doing at this point. Dang, Reed dissing them Cowboys. I haven't. When did I diss them?
Oh, you're dissing them hard in the chat. In our private chat, you're dissing.
In our private chat, yeah. I wasn't saying anything bad about the Cowboys.
He was like, I want to feel myself, and I said, feel yourself. But this guy was, he was feeling oozy, man.
Listen. I've been the biggest Cowboys fan on this podcast for the past 3 years. All right. AJ and Vince. AJ is the biggest Cowboys hater on this podcast.
What?
Right? He says they always beat themselves. We know who they are.
I'm the biggest Cowboys truther. That's probably
it. He's the biggest Cowboys hater. This guy's the problem, right? Vincent, he's kind of impartial. I'm the biggest Cowboys fan on this podcast, all right?
The amount of people that I had to text today to step off that ledge was insane, okay? Because I know from experience, right? Just because I did text a lot of my buddies today. I'm like, hey, it's going to be all right. Cowboys are a winning franchise. They'll bounce back next year. They'll find some answers, but it's not the end of the world. Don't listen to all them haters out there. I mean, how many Packers fans do you know? Hey, Reed, you're the only Packers fan I know besides your brother. Yeah. You know, but how many these guys are just hating. They're just hating. And the people who are in the playoffs, they're not talking trash because they're afraid that's going to happen to them, right? But I'm just saying, like, hey, don't listen to the haters. So, I'm not a Cowboys hater. I'm not.
All right. Brandon says, AJ's spoiling it, AJ. You got to hit the pause and play button and stop spoiling it, all right?
Happy?
think you fake pressed it. That
I
looks like a
did.
fake press. I hate you.
did.
Ian says, who was the most impressive team so far? I gotta say it's Texans or Packers. Edge to Texans because they truly bent over the Browns and showed them who their daddy was. I don't think they bent him over as much as we bent the Cowboys.
No, they
the
bent over the Browns, dude.
They bent them over at like the second quarter or whatever. We bent the Cowboys over at the very beginning and did not let up. Okay.
The Texans bent over the Browns, dude. They spanked them. They gave them a good old pow pow. Out
but
there,
I think both of them have been very impressive. I didn't think either of those teams had a chance of winning. I gave the Packers a little bit of chance because I got on Packer TikTok this week, and I got all the motivational TikTok videos, all the hype videos going to playoffs. He says, "Yo,
dude.
Niner bang."
Bang, bang, Niner gang, dog. Check it out, bro. Check it out. You see what's up.
I think you just put Niner bang baby. That was a little weird, I got to say.
Oh my gosh, this guy's hate. It's so weird, right? That you and I are on this podcast right now, and now the Niners and Packers are going to face up next week.
It always happens. You're a kryptonite. And hey, what makes me feel so uneasy about this thing is I think this is our worst roster going into the playoffs out of all those games, those matchups, and this is probably the best the Niners have ever looked.
This is the best Niners roster that I've seen since like 2019, and I think this is the best Niners roster I've seen in my lifetime, right? Yep. And I grew up with the Alex Smith, I grew up with the Frank Gore, absolutely love those guys, but I think this is a very talented roster. They just need to get it done. And what's going on? What? Who is this guy? He's a double agent. Get down. Who is this guy?
We'll talk more Niners and Packers a little bit, but they're in the Super Bowl in another world. Reed versus Vince this week. Why Vince? What do you? Oh, he says not the dub, the D. We're taking the D. Oh, big play for the Eagles.
Dude, I was just like, what the heck, man? I was literally putting Mr. Krabs in your profile picture playing the world's smallest violin there.
But it's not Reed versus Vince this week. Vince has been out of the playoffs for a while.
Whoa, dude. You can't be throwing shade like that.
He came at me. He started this.
So like you said, big play from the Eagles. They're down the field, past halfway mark. What can they do? Can they capitalize? Can they finally get points on the board? We see another catch here. And I'm like I said, I'm going to slow down because I know you're a little behind here. They go ahead and get that first down.
Brandon says, what if we treated this chat like Twitch and did emotes and spam? Don't spam, please. We'll put you on a little bit of timer there.
Go
ahead. Not so looking good. I think that's how
looking good, not so looking good.
Yeah, okay. Bro, who y'all think is winning this game? I got the Buccaneers winning from before this game, and I still got them winning. AJ picked the Eagles. I don't know where he's at right now.
I think it's going to come out pretty close. I think the Buccaneers need to put more than 3 points on those 2 drives where they settle for field goals. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think, but I think the Buccaneers need to keep their foot on the gas. They can't let up. They got to keep going, right? But it's looking good for the Buccaneers so far. I know the Eagles are downfield right now, but
yeah, they're getting in range.
They are. So what do they do, right? Reed building that confidence for the Packers win.
Oh, Jalen Hurts is out of the pocket, and he gets about 1 yard. I call the Bucs also because the Eagles have been struggling. That's my point, man. Buccaneers have been surprising. The Eagles have been disappointing as of late.
But yeah, the Buccaneers have been the Buccaneers have been struggling as well towards the end, just not as bad as the Eagles. You know, the Eagles are imploding. They're doing horrible.
Completely, yeah.
It's very bad. And I know you've seen that stat, not so looking good, about the Niners. Like whatever team faced up the Niners, their starting quarterback gets injured. I'd much prefer watching a whole team implode than just a quarterback. I think this is awesome for me, right? But I mean, we'll see. Can't convert a third down. We're seeing another fourth down.
Did you think that was AJ Brown out there? Devontae Smith is nowhere near that height. That was so far high up. That's an AJ Brown catch. Only he can make that.
What do you mean? Only he could make that. You don't think their wide receivers could do that? As
Devontae
well?
Smith. Devontae Smith is not that tall.
Mayfield of Dreams is from Baker, so he needs to go off and represent. Hey, are you keeping that same name for next year's fantasy football league? I'm very curious. I like the name. Oh, look at this. Betty Man Big E.
12.5, and I hit. Does he have any reception yards yet, Swift? I don't think so.
No,
I
but they
haven't seen
should get
him.
him involved. I
Yeah.
mean, you see two big plays from the Eagles, which got him downfield, but they're not doing much in between, right? They're hitting the big plays, but they're not really doing so much as far as the every down. You know, Swift is finding a lot of success so far, but they got to hit the outside numbers. Get him. What are you laughing at?
I'm gonna pull up a tweet so we can see what live react to something that happened.
All right. Did y'all see that thing about the tush push where Kelsey moves the ball forward before the play starts? I have not seen that. Is that a thing? Are people seeing Jason Kelsey move the ball forward before they actually snap the ball?
He does it like every once in a while, and they have called it on him.
I haven't heard about that. Brandon says, I have to keep it. I don't know if I will ever have the confidence to change it. If I do change it, I feel weird. My longest fantasy football name were the Easy A's, giving my name AJ. But I did change it up this year to, just different stuff because I was in so many leagues. I did keep it in one of my leagues, but yeah, that's usually my go-to. But Brandon, still waiting for your vlogs, dude. I see you changed your name to Brandon Roger Vlogs. Still waiting for that to come out, bro. Keep us updated. They've always been cheating.
All right, so
what you got?
Let me turn it up a little bit.
Anyone?
Mike, you have a year left on your contract.
If you did not hear the question, they asked him, Mike, you have a year left on your contract, and he immediately just walked out.
What was that? He knew the question that was coming afterwards.
Yep, he knew his question coming. He was like, "Do you think you should be fired, etc." There's so many things but
this guy dipped.
He dipped.
You haven't seen that from Mike Tomlin.
He's just tired of it, and he's been one to shut up the media in the past, where he calls them on their BS.
Wow. It is stupid questions.
Yep.
But
they're just trying to get a reaction, and they got one.
It's questions that you and I are we live for, right? I don't like it. I hate that they put those head coaches on the spot. Disagree with it. It's their job, though.
Yep.
Some of those guys are complete a-holes, though. I will say that. He says he got some videos up. Hey, send me a link, bro. I want to check them out. Savage.
Yep.
But finally, the Eagles put some points on the board. It is now 3-10.
Defense needs to come up big here.
It is now 3-10.
Oh, come on, God.
I'm trying to help you out, Reed.
It's hard to remember this. Update the scoreboard.
Trust me, I know. I remember from last year when I used to do it. It's annoying. It's annoying. I get it.
It's got an auto. We need an editor.
We do need an editor. Honestly, I'm looking out for one, but it's currently not in our budget. Brandon Rogers Vlog says 7 people now in the chat. Let's go. Hey, bro. Last year we did a live play-by-play, and we actually got rated where we had more than 100 people on our live stream. It was insane. It was super fun. See a reverse play action here. Not much going on for them. He's still on his feet. Gets about 4 yards for the Buccaneers. Can they go down the field? Can they get some more points on the board? Keep the foot on the pedal. The gas. Let's see what they can do.
I really hope they don't, because I would love to see the Eagles keep this a game.
Is it snowing over there, Reed?
It's technically you would call it snow. It's been, in my opinion, more of a little sleetish, but
Okay.
there is water in the ground. I sent you a picture.
You did?
It's Snapchat this morning.
What? You did?
Are you being rude to me right now?
No. Did you really send me a picture?
Yeah, I sent you a picture.
Oh, just
said you saw it.
Mike Evans' hands. 3rd drop for Mike Evans today.
Did you not look at it?
I don't remember.
I'm never Snapchatting you again.
You never do.
I
Anyway.
never Snapchat you, and now I finally Snapchatted you. Yeah, sleeting. Yes, that's what
Yes,
we were sleeting.
it's sleeting over here in my area. We're in Texas, by the way. I'm in mid Texas now. I'm near the San Antonio
Some
area.
people call it South Texas.
Some people still consider San Antonio South Texas.
Yeah, that's what College Station considers it.
Really?
Yes, they're a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I guess Baker Mayfield's in trouble. He's rolling out. It looks like he's gonna rush for the first down marker, and it looks like he gets it, slides out there, which I think the slide should be forbidden in the NFL. I think if you are a runner, you are a runner.
Quest for sits has been on my mind for the longest.
Let's talk about the Niners.
Yeah.
Yep, quest for 6, man. We say that. We've been saying that a lot these past few years. This is the year to do it. This year, I think next year we got a good window as well.
About it.
Not if the Packers have anything to say about it. I want to stay humble here on this show because the Packers are a formidable team here, really good team. So we'll see what happens. Ooh,
Sean White gets stopped at the line. Not so good looking. Says he's from Texas, moved to California for the Niners.
dang! Look at you, bro. Good for you.
Brandon
Congrats.
says, I think the NFL needs to get rid of kicking. This is a terrible take, Brandon.
Kicking isn't what, like as in punting,
I'm pretty sure he meant
kickoffs.
punting and
Because he could be meaning kickoffs, where a lot of
field
injuries take
goals.
place.
he said kicking in general.
I'm trying to defend Brandon here.
No.
But that's pretty cool. Not so looking good. He's from Texas, moved to California. That's a huge change. But for the Niners, that is awesome, man. Dang, look at that run, dude. Look at that grit. Oh, spike that ball. Hopefully he doesn't get flagged for it.
That's what you've seen from the Buccaneers throughout this game, that their refusal to go down. It looks like they want to win this game more. In my
They
opinion.
want it more.
Yeah, they want it more. Brandon says, like, kickoff, you want to play this Mickey Mouse football, don't you?
Oh my gosh.
Mickey Mouse football, getting rid of the kickoff. How dare you? What are we going to do? I just get to start at the 25? How boring is that? No, we kick it off.
I mean, we could see some rule changes like what the XFL did, you know.
No, that was terrible. That's practice.
Oh, what a big time drop from Cade Houghton right down the middle. While Baker Mayfield gets hit, he looks a little sluggish coming back up, but looks like he's going to be okay. Big time drop right there. Could have capitalized some more points, but still got time and downs. AJ, you got the fantasy football ring on.
You can obviously see it. He flashes it every 3 seconds.
This is one of my leagues. I got the NSP ring coming in. So I have an NSP ring coming in, and so does Vincent, since we both are the winners of the regular NSP leagues. And then our NSP Gold League, which is our paid league, was a WWE Championship belt, which our Victor already has it. So, yeah, I'm waiting for my other ring to come in. But right now, I got this other ring, one of the 3 leagues that I won this year.
Not so looking good. It says, bro, I searched up today how much do long snappers make, and it's about 1 million. Not gonna lie, that's crazy. Hey, if you're able to spin that ball and hike it that far and on a consistent level, you got to get paid at least a decent amount.
And long snappers, really, they make a lot more the longer they stay with the team, because they are actually a big part of the team. Huge part. Long snappers are. I did some long snapping in my high school career. A lot of bruises in your inner thighs because how far you got to launch that ball back. But I did hear this from I think it was a Pat McAfee show.
Probably.
Or a former NFL coach was like, hey, dude, if you want a career in the NFL, make sure you know how to long snap. Because if worse comes to worse, if you tell them, hey, if you're trying to walk onto a team, be like, hey, I could long snap, they're like, oh, okay.
They're gonna listen to you.
They're going to listen to you because how rare these long snappers are. I mean, they're all over the place, but having an actual good one who can have multiple positions, dude, long snapping is where it's at. I got mad respect for long snappers.
Yep.
4th and 1, they're going to go for it. I don't want to ruin it for you.
Or Sean White.
Sean White gets the first down.
Just hit pause and play, AJ, and we'll solve this problem.
I didn't ruin it for you.
Oh my god!
I didn't ruin it for you.
Brandon says like 90% of kickoffs end up at 25 or something.
That's true.
You're boring. You're boring.
Dude, it's for the safety of these players.
Oh, who gets hurt? When was the last time you saw someone get hurt on kickoff?
That's where most of the injuries get.
Nobody gets hurt on kickoff.
Oh my gosh, dude! Listen, I like the safety of the players, right? I think the quarterbacks is a little too far, right? But this is big. The kickoffs are huge.
You know how exciting it is when your team gets a kickoff return?
You know how horrible it is when one guy that weighs
you're trying to take away one of the best parts about the Packers. We have the best kick returner, and you're trying to take that away from me, Brandon.
That's concussion city right there. That is concussion city right there. When you have two guys, 220 plus pounds, going 100 miles per hour, and boom, they hit each other. So one of them is deceased.
Just be better.
Just be better.
That's why we put all the backups in there for that play.
Backups.
Brandon says, I played linebacker in football in high school. It was fun, but I like being on offense more. I've been flipped before as a receiver. I could see that. For Brandon. Say the Packers do give the Niners a hard time. What are your predictions if that does happen? I think we could give them a hard time. My problem is, can we go toe-to-toe, score for score, score for score? That's going to be my hard part. Auden gets a nice catch there. He is down. I don't know why he's trying to act like he's not down. That's my problem with this game. Can we go toe-to-toe with them, score for score? It's going to be tough for the Packers. I think we have the offense to do it. I definitely the Niners can stop us in some ways. I don't think we'll have our way like we did with the Cowboys. We're going to definitely hit some road bumps along the way. But it's just going to be how can we stop McCaffrey? Can we stop Kittle? Can we stop Debo? Can we stop Ayuk? I don't know. That's the tough part about this game.
I definitely agree with that as well. I think we got the firepower. We've seen the Packers give up 30-plus points to the Cowboys. Of course, some of it was during the late game, but
it was all garbage time.
That's 30-plus points. And the Niners are averaging 30-plus points every single game offensively. I think we'll be able to find multiple ways to get down the field and to find ways to get points on the board. And I think our defense is a lot more well-oiled than the Dallas Cowboys defense. I think our pass rush will get there and not give so much time like the Dallas Cowboys gave Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love will get a couple of good plays on us because of our secondary and our injuries with our safety. But I think our defense will be able to keep up a lot better than what Dallas did. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a hard-fought game, but we've got more points on the board for the Buccaneers here.
Cool.
But it's going to come down to, who wants it more at the end.
Yeah. It's going to be a good game. At the end of the day, Packers are playing with house money. We're just getting experience at this point for the playoffs and building a championship team for the future.
It's crazy how next year Minnesota Vikings may be irrelevant. I think it's crazy to me.
Look how quick that was. Record time.
Hey, I like it. I was like, what is he doing? Not so looking good says injuries do make an impact. So honestly, anything can happen. Hoping for a clean game, though. It's kind of sad seeing someone's father going down on the field.
His father.
What are you talking about?
Jordan Love is your daddy, so that's the father on the field.
I'm going to stay humble here.
This is why we got to watch the game together, AJ.
No. You know how I get.
I know
how you get.
I get toxic.
You know how you get. You know how I get.
Toxic.
You know I might get violent. You will
get violent. We will fight if we watch this game together. There will be fisticuffs.
You know that.
I'll get under your skin. I'll do it.
I know you would. I think college needs to have an NFL rules. The one rule I hate the most in college football is 1 foot inbounds. I think they should be playing as the same level they're working to play in, if that makes sense. That does make 100%. Sense to me. But yeah, these guys are trying to get into the NFL. I do feel like they should implement that rule as well in college football because, hey, it's hard to adjust. Like, oh, I got 1 foot down, yeah, touchdown, yeah, or a first down, whatever, big play. But here in the NFL, you got to get 2 feet down, toe drag swag, right? I feel like they should do that as well. But I think the NFL could learn with a few rules from college. Talk about overtime. Yeah, big time. Overtime, pass interference, I think is a big one. I think a lot of horrible teams get what do you call that? Lucked out or get I don't know what that the term is at the moment, but just by throwing the ball short and having the receiver try to fight to come back, purposely getting that offensive interference or defensive interference, I think it's horrible.
Yeah.
No, like players with kids. Okay, I get you. Yeah, man, that is totally sad, and we don't wish any hardcore injury upon any player out there. But yeah, I hate seeing, especially as a Niners fan. What, me? What are you looking at? Who have I wished hardcore injury upon? Who?
Let's go to the next question. I can see why Vince didn't show up tonight, JK. Vince is working hard right now. That's why he's not here.
He is. Vince is going through a lot. He just went through a move, which my back still hurts because I was helping him move, and my calves, my thighs, and everything. I need to set up my bill. Oh, this whole reverse thing, I don't like it. Oh my gosh. But not so looking good. Let me ask you a question. Is this your first time here watching us? I really would like to know. I see that you're on Twitch. I could go into there, see if you are a first time, I think. Oh, it says yeah. I'm over here looking at my stream manager. But yeah, hey, appreciate you coming by. We are mainly on YouTube, so we do release some YouTube shorts sometimes, and we are trying to grow there. So if you're feeling generous, find us on YouTube at NSP Football Talk. Hit that little subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and we go live. We post videos, we post shorts and TikToks all throughout the year. So not just the NFL football season, not just the postseason, but the off season as well. So we give content out there, but we need people like you to stay active, right? And also we do have a great community out in Discord. The link is in the description in our YouTube channel or the YouTube video. The link's in the description for our Discord. I see you're on Twitch, so you're a gamer. You must know what Discord is. A lot of our subscribers, including Brandon, is out there. So yeah, super fun. Hopefully you could join it. Hopefully you could join the NSP Nation.
That's looking good. Says so. Y'all do this on Twitch every game, or at least game worth watching. We do it whenever we're all available and able to do a live game reaction. We do not do it consistently. This is, I think, the only third one we've done all year long. The previous two was when I was watching the Packers and I did a live reaction, and we lost both of those games. So we will not be doing a live game reaction for the Packers game because then the Packers will lose. So we want them to win. I don't react to it. All good, right, AJ? But we should do them however often we can. But we're trying to do it more for the playoffs, just because it is the playoffs, and we're trying to get more viewers that way. But yeah, it's a hit and go type of thing.
It really is. I mean, I know next season we want to get more involved in live play-by-plays.
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot more.
So hopefully we'll get Thursday night football. I think that's something that will work with our schedules. We'll see. We got a lot to talk about for this offseason. But it is challenging going live because we do post a lot of content and we got a lot of planning to do, a lot of recording, a lot of editing, because we are a small channel. So we do everything self-made here. But in our Discord, we do this a lot where one of our subscribers is like, hey, are y'all going live today? Do you go live or do a live play-by-play? We do our best to become available and do that for you guys. You could ask Brandon. He's out there in our Discord. I'm sure he has a great time. So appreciate Brandon and all you guys out there in our Discord. Which I'm surprised not more people are here.
All right, so it's 1st and 10. Pass off to Swift. And he goes about nowhere. Eagles need to score here before half. You do not want to go down into the second half and only put up 3 points. You got to get something here.
Looks like he might not have possession of the ball. But also looking good, says BRB, going to go to YouTube real quick to drop a sub. Hey, thank you so much Not so looking good. Appreciate that very, very much. It helps out a ton. It really does.
Appreciate that, man.
It's crazy. We got 4 subscribers off that YouTube short. You see that?
Yeah, that was awesome. 2nd and 8 here. Goes in motion. Goddard.
Oh, we're going deep now.
Launches it deep.
Oh!
And he catches it. They're on they're talking about the 4. I say tush push 4 plays in a row. You got to get this ball in. Am I wrong?
My gosh. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
this is where the Eagles find success.
Like this is some like Madden play calling. But it'll work.
Same play for you.
Like fullback dive.
Yeah, you is the fullback dive. You're going fullback dive.
Fullback dive 4 times in a row. It's gonna work. I'm gonna get in there eventually. Oh, they put him at the 5 actually.
Oh wow. Okay, so I will still go tush push if I was them. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna put the ball on Jalen Hurts. We got a wide open Goddard touchdown.
That's a TD
all the way.
Love to see it. Gets the game close. I'm going to go ahead and start working on changing this. I'm going to assume they've hit this extra point, but hey, those are sketchy nowadays.
They are.
Me and AJ know about that. Rookie kickers.
F those kickers, man. They get paid so much.
It's a mood, man.
Hey, it is what it is. But yes, now we got a game. It's going to be 10-16 here. It is a 1-score game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see what they can do. Can they keep it up? Can they keep the pressure? Can the Buccaneers actually get something other than a field goal? They need that. But and the Eagles missed the field goal. I'm just kidding.
It looked like they jumped, honestly.
They did. They did jump. It's probably going to be declined or taken on the kickoff.
Yep. There you go. Oh, they're getting the offense. Nick Sirianni is a freaking. I can't believe I got to change this freaking scoreboard because now it's going to be either 9 or 11.
Not so looking good says that Niners drip deserves a sub. Probably the Packers fan needs to change real quick for more subs. Just jokes. He's just joking. He's just joking. Hey, I do gotta admit, this Packer fan right here actually gifted me this jacket for Christmas. So big thank you to Reed here. We're really good friends. So I appreciate that. But the bandana is my Baker Mayfield supporting bandana. I got tons of caps and tons of different stuff that we wear every single time.
All right. So where do they go? Where do they go? They're lining up
push.
It's gonna be a tush push. Let's see how this works for them. Is it a fake tush push? No, they
don't get it. They don't get it.
Wow.
That's it. They don't get it. It's official. They don't get it. The tush push is stopped.
So dumb, dude.
You're only tricking you gotta change. Oh my gosh. It's still a one. Can't
even do it right. So your one trick, you can't even do it. It's like me saying, "Hey, I can juggle," and then screw up the juggling. It's embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. I do want to give a quick shout out to Not So Looking Good for not just subscribing to us on YouTube, but also following us on Twitch. That is also another platform that, we're still trying to get better at. I know we're going to experiment with a few things this off season. Also with, what do you call that? Maybe a new platform. I'm trying to get these guys to, do some research on it on Melon, what I sent you earlier, which is a lot more Twitch friendly. So hopefully we'll get to that soon. But we got a lot of plans this off season. I know I say that every year, but I think we did a lot this year. A lot. Y'all follow Tom Grossi, of course. He's the guy that rated us last year. Is it Grossi?
Yes,
that was Grossi.
His fan base is called Grossi Posse.
Oh, well, yeah, we do follow Tom Grossi. Because last year we went on a live play-by-play and he rated us and we had like over 100 live viewers at one time. It was awesome. We got 50 subscribers off of it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, appreciate him a lot.
And he's a great Packer fan that actually knows his stuff. Is very funny. Tom Grossi is the guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
The guy from the podcast.
I'm the guy.
You're the guy. That's the guy.
Well, not so looking good. I have to say, you're about to have your second Packer fan that you enjoy watching. His name is Reed McCall. All right.
Who's Reed McCall?
That's me.
That's you?
That's me.
You're the guy.
I'm the guy.
I thought Tom was the guy.
Tom is the guy. I'm the other guy.
You're the other guy.
I'm the other guy.
Who am I?
You're him.
I'm him.
You're him.
I'm Timothy Jones Jr.
Timothy Jones Jr.
Absolutely love it. But there we go. The Eagles get some points on the board. They fail on a 2-point conversion on their unstoppable tush push. The score is 19-16. Buccaneers are up. What is that? You are a
Baker Summerfield.
Baker Summerfield. He's calling me Baker Summerfield. Where does Summerfield come from?
Well, he's coming. I think it's because it's May, and then he's saying summer.
Oh, I like it. It's because I'm tan. Is that?
Oh no, it's because you had the headband. That's why. Headband.
Yeah, but the summer. Where does the summer come from? Is that because
you're not Mayfield, you're Summerfield. It's a good play.
Why can't I be Winterfield?
Why can't you just go along with his joke?
Because I'm Jon Snow.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So can the Buccaneers score before the half? What do you think?
A lot of time on the board. I say they come up short, or maybe I'm gonna say they come up short. Something mess up with time clock management, and they don't get any points.
Okay, here's my prediction here. Buccaneers, they get a first down here. They can't get it. They can't convert again. The Eagles get the ball. They march down the field, and they get a field goal going into the halftime.
All right.
Like it?
I like it.
Cool. I read the script. That's why I know what's going to happen next.
Well, Trod White got a first down on the first play, so
a lot of upsets this playoffs. You think we could potentially see an upset with the Baltimore Ravens?
They're going against who are they facing? The Ravens.
Oh man, I should have this up here. NFL. I'm trying to remember who won.
It's going to be Chiefs and Bills. So they're going against. They're going against the Texans then.
Oh yeah, they are going against the Texans. Yeah.
It could be possible. I don't feel very confident about it. I did. Yeah, maybe I can see the Texans winning. They got to come up hot.
They do. But their defense is playing superb. So we'll see. I think they're very identical teams, in my opinion. Not so looking good says I honestly don't see Bucks or Eagles beating the Lions. Not at this point in time. I don't think it's a good matchup for either team.
No.
I thought the Rams were a good matchup for the Lions. It was a good game.
Yep.
But Lions came out on top.
Yep.
What an incredible play by Cade Otton for the first down. Now the Buccaneers are looking good midfield, looking to score again right after this 2-minute warning.
Hey, that was a great throw from Baker. That throw had some zing on it, man.
What do you call me? I'm AJ Summerfield. Baker Summerfield. I'm Baker Summerfield.
All right. Oh. Not the Texans, but CJ Stroud. That man has a dog in him, not going to lie.
CJ Stroud is what Trey Lance was supposed to be. I mean, Trey Lance could still be that. I don't think he is, but that's what Trey Lance was supposed to be. I think CJ Stroud is a Brock Purdy in a Trey Lance body, if that makes sense. Liam!
What's up, Liam?
What's going on, bro? Welcome back. Hey, let's welcome our newest member to the NSP family, Not So Licking Good.
Yes, sir. Liam, are the Chargers 100% getting Bill Belichick, or is there somebody else you want?
He wants Jim Harbaugh. I know he does.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a little late, but we're here. Hey, man, we're just hitting we're in the 2-minute warning before halftime, so we got a lot of time. No worries. We're going to be here all night. Oh, damn, dude. And then they want us to try to go into work tomorrow. It's going to be super icy on those roads.
I'm going to work.
I saw you. I did see your snap.
There we go.
I was going to text you. I was like, wow, you're at work. I didn't go to work today. I still got paid, though. So
must be nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But, bro, I saw that.
You.
Huh?
The not so looking good. It says Trey. I saw what Trey should have been in Stroud also, so he agrees with you. Liam says Jim Baby. They interviewed him today.
Where's my Michigan stuff? I got it over there.
It's out of screen.
Go blue, baby. I know. I wish we could like have a screen that like had like covered my whole room, you know. Or you see that thing that you see in Reed's background, that neon sign. I had it in my background, but it was just like I sent you a picture, right?
Yeah, this was like twice the size of mine. So
Oh my gosh.
get a green screen.
I have one. I do. I have a green screen. I just don't use it. I really want to experiment this off season, Reed. Reed, where'd you go?
What do you mean? Where I'm right here.
Are you in New York? Oh, whoa.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my crib.
Dang, I like that, Reed. Where's your TV?
It's in front of me.
Oh,
Right here.
okay.
See? Did you not see the layout of the room?
Yeah, I did. That's why it's a trick question. Your TV's actually behind you. So why are you lying?
No, my TV's not behind me.
It's right there.
Wait, that's a fireplace, AJ. Have you never seen a fireplace?
Move your head.
You can't make me move.
Move.
No, you can't look at my house.
My bracket is getting cooked already. Pick the Browns, Rams, and
Browns
Eagles
all the way
to
to
win.
the Super Bowl. I've had the Browns going all the way to the Super Bowl. I was so high.
That kind of looks like my bracket, yeah. But also pick the Packers. Hey, good
I
for
appreciate that, Liam. I saw that. I think I said something, or I put a fire emoji on it when you put it in the Discord. I liked it.
But no one has the Niners winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, they all doubted us, AJ. They doubt you guys.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, nasty drop for Rashad White. Could have potentially been a first down there. It is what it is. We got a minute 52 left in the second.
There's no TV there.
That's right there.
There's no TV.
We just saw it.
Where?
Look, move again.
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Liam has did you, Liam, or did you have someone else? I thought you had someone else.
No, see, he got him to the Super Bowl, but the Ravens win.
Oh, F you, Liam. One thing about underdog Niners,
you.
we always win. Niners find a way to win. They win games. So let's see if they can get themselves in the what'd you say?
Not in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, they win. We what was it? Are we tied or we're tied with the most playoff wins in NFL history. So yeah, the Niners like to win in the playoffs. Oh, Jabu about to get himself a ring. Well, Jabu is not going to get no ring. Not this year. He's a defensive rusher for the
Ravens,
Baltimore Ravens. He graduated from the University of Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't like to talk about that.
It was the lights.
But no one likes to talk about how the Niners were coming back.
It was the lights. Get scared.
It was Joe Flacco. He turned off the lights, dude.
He's injured, but still had a strip stack on Stroud early in the season, so he's contributed. There you go.
3rd and 10, and Baker Mayfield goes down.
That's 4th down. Eagles going to call it.
I thought we were going to potentially see a flag there for intentional. What do you call that? Intentional. Are you running the clock on purpose? So they stopped the clock here.
No flag.
He's injured, but still had a strip stack on Stroud early in the season, so he contributed. He contributed with a strip stack. Hey man, he's part of the team, so yeah.
Don't read the Nets comment, AJ. It's gonna trigger you. You and Liam always like to fight, man.
He starts it. I don't know why. He just likes to pick on me for some reason. Oh, geez, man. It's just weird that Purdy has better stats and is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. I mean,
whoa.
But Brock Purdy gets talked about as a system QB.
Whoa.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
At least Purdy has a system.
This is a good question right here. Would you rather keep Ayuk or Debo? Can't have them both forever. That's very true.
Oh, they muffed the punt.
They muffed the punt, but they recovered. They get the ball.
Yeah, you know that because you're ahead of me.
What? He recovered immediately. He fell right on top of it.
Thanks for ruining it.
Oh my goodness. Hey, we saw a lot of players out here. We saw Trent Williams, George Kittle, Eric Armstead go ahead and renegotiate their contract to create more space for the 49ers. And they're going to have a lot of cap space next season. So we're going to be able to keep Debo and Ayuk both for a good while. But yeah, we can't keep them both forever. I would much rather, I think Ayuk is the better wide receiver, but Debo is a more talented player, if that makes sense. Right now, Debo is a bigger threat. He creates more attention towards him than Ayuk, but Ayuk is a damn good receiver. I like them both. If I had to keep one, I would probably keep Ayuk because Debo stresses me the hell out. Every time he gets touched, he's down on the field like he's injured. So, so I want to read the next comment. I saw you laughing.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good for you.
Leo put, all right, let's relax. I don't think Purdy is a system, but Herbert is a unanimous MVP if he was on the Niners. Oh, so if Justin Herbert was on the Niners, he's a unanimous MVP. Brock Purdy is the MVP candidate right now.
It's not like Justin Herbert has any weapons. It's not like he had one of the best running backs 2 years ago. It's not like he has one of the best wide receivers in Keenan Allen or Mike Williams or numerous other things.
Justin Herbert has a good offense. They have a good offense. Do they have a good system? Not so much, right? I don't like the offense system they have.
I beg to differ. You know why? Because Jordan Love just entered the top 5 and knocked Justin Herbert out of there.
Okay, I'm going to take a break from talking, Reed. I would really like, if you're ready for it, I would really like to hear your top 10 because you said Baker Mayfield's not a top 10. And now you're saying Justin Herbert's not top 7.
I had to pull up the...
All right, I'll give you time, but I do want to, I'm very interested in hearing your top 10 because, I mean, you could be right. You could be right. But I haven't done my research. I haven't dug deep into this yet. So I would just really like to hear what you think. I don't think every quarterback can succeed in the Niners offense. And you saw that, right? We saw, I hate to say it, right? The CJ Beathard, the Nick Mullins era. Love those guys. Didn't quite work out. Jimmy G is the guy you want to talk about the most. We did see him go to the Super Bowl, but that was the healthiest we've been back in 2019. We saw him go to a new team and immediately get benched, which I called at the beginning of the season because he didn't have the Niners team. He didn't have the Shanahan system that's a QB friendly. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't think every quarterback can succeed under the Niners offense. That's why I'm not a big fan of Mac Jones. I'm so glad we did draft Mac Jones. Trey Lance, we saw him struggle, but we did see Kyle Shanahan try to adjust the system for a mobile quarterback instead of his normal system out there. But yeah, I think Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback, does get enough credit as he should get. He does get a lot of credit, but he also gets bashed in a lot because he's in a super team. But yeah. Liam says, oh, are you ready for it?
No, I'm trying to. There's just so many because there's so many injuries this year, so it's hard to rank them all.
True. Liam says Herbert had Brandon Staley though as a coach. Yes, like I said, that's why we say he didn't have a system. Brandon Staley did not create a good, healthy system for Justin Herbert to go out there and succeed. So while you make yours, Reed, Liam put his down. He has Mahomes as number 1. Josh Allen's number 2. Joe Burrow is number 3. Okay. Lamar Jackson number 4. All right. Herbert number 5. He has Herbert number 5. CJ Stroud at 6. Jordan Love at 7. Trevor Lawrence at 8. Dak Prescott at 9. And Aaron Rodgers at 10.
So I'm gonna go Mahomes at the top just because he's having a down year, but I blame his options. I think they are a bunch of ball dropping losers. Travis Kelce was dropping balls. He dropped a touchdown. Come on, dude! Help the guy out. I put in Patrick Mahomes at the top. I will then go. I'm gonna go Joe Burrow. because I do think he's that good. After that, I'm going to go Brock Purdy at number 3, okay?
I appreciate that. I like that.
I'm going to put Brock Purdy at number 3. Hate me all you want. I think he's good. After that, I'm going Jordan Love and CJ Stroud. That's my top 5. After that, I'll put Lamar. And then I'll do. There's another guy I'm trying to find. Justin Herbert's somewhere in there. Tua's somewhere in there. I moved T-Law out of there. I moved A-Rod out of there. I don't think A-Rod's going to come back healthy like he was. I'm going in all time what I think what they are going to do and moving forward. I'll say is moving forward who they are going to be. Okay,
but look at this dude, right? He's putting T-Law in there, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers over Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I don't know about putting Brock Purdy so low. I just don't know what more Brock Purdy needs to do before people start actually respecting him.
They don't respect him. I don't understand why.
If he goes out there and craps the absolute bed against the Packers, then I'll say you guys are right. But I don't think that's going to happen at all.
This season, he's had 2 bad games.
Okay,
2 bad games. And people want to I told you so. I told you so. You're going to judge Brock Purdy off of 2 bad games? Really?
And we got so these comments. I totally forgot about the game.
Oh yeah, no, I've been doing some hand gestures and stuff like that. Get into it. We got 22 seconds left. The Eagles are trying to march down the field. It is 3rd and 8. Try to get in field goal range. We didn't read top 5 for not so looking good.
Huh?
We didn't read his top 5.
Oh, Mahomes, Lamar, Purdy, Stroud, and Herbert. I like they put Purdy at 3. I would put
top 5.
I would not put Herbert top 5. I would put Love in there. That's what I said. I was like, hey, I think Herbert got pushed out, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Love has been the best quarterback in the last 7-8 games, whatever it is. He's been the best quarterback.
Love has looked really good. He's looked really good. So I think he does got to be in the top 10 for sure. Top 5. I haven't done mine yet, so I can't really place him just there. But for sure, top 7. I think CJ Stroud's unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Not so looking good says could replace Herbert with Allen, but also Allen would be in the same spot as Herbert if they played for the Chargers. Yeah, very true. I think they're very similar quarterbacks, how they run the system. I just think Allen's just a beast. He's so ginormous, and the way he could utilize his legs is incredible. Needs to get those interceptions down. I think that's his only. I think that's probably the only reason why people are not talking about him as much as they should because of his interception ratio.
All right. Once we get through these comments, I do have a great topic for us to talk about. Okay.
All right. Here, I'll let you read on the comments. I need to drink some water.
Liam says, "What's the issue with T-Law? He had injuries this season. Last year, he was top 7. I just think there's too many inconsistencies, ups and downs with him. And for me to put a quarterback that high, I need to see it consistently, game in, game out, game in, game out. You can say Jordan have had bad games, but those are all early in the season. The past few games, 8 games or whatever, he has been on an absolute streak going incredible. And that's why I put Love above those type of guys. Liam says, I have nothing against. Let me close out of this tab so I can stop ruining my internet. Liam says, I have nothing against Purdy. I just don't think he would be dominant on a different team. No doubt he has talent, but he wouldn't be as good on other teams. Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks would not be as good on a lot of different teams. If you take Aaron Rodgers off the Packers, I don't think he's going to be as good. If you take Josh Allen and stick him on what's the really bad team right now?
The Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders. I don't think that's very good. I don't think you can just plug and play like that. Purdy, I think he's perfect for the system, and that should not be kind of against him. He's been the best quarterback that has played in that system. They've tried a lot of different guys in that system. None of them has worked as good as Purdy has. Love has been playing pretty good, but he needs another season to really convince me. I'll give you that. He definitely needs to. What happened?
Legendary coach Bill Belichick and the Falcons owner Arthur Blank just met in person recently to discuss Atlanta's head coaching job, and there's mutual interest, but nothing's confirmed yet.
All right, interesting. Definitely interesting. He'll be having a lot of those meetings.
Yeah, but I think the Atlanta Falcons is a team where anyone would love to land.
For sure. All right. Yeah, I definitely could see a sophomore, if you want to call it, his 5th year in the league. Slump for Jordan Love. It could happen, but it's just hard for me to believe it with how young this offense and like no quarterback should be this good on this young of an offense. Like everybody is young, other than Aaron Jones, who's hurt all year, and AJ Dillon, who this is his 4th year in the league. Everybody else is young, 3rd, 2nd, 1st year in the league. No quarterback should be doing this well on this offense. It's been incredible. I think he definitely has a even bigger year next year, potentially. Joke Smoke says still early, but I should start cheering for the Packers or the 49ers. Oh, no, don't get out. You guys are still in this. It's 9-16. It's a 7-point game.
7-point game.
It's you guys are still in this. Still in
Yeah.
it. Bucks received ball first half. You get the ball right here. You got to go down and score. Get energized in that locker room. Come up with a game plan. Adjust what you need to adjust. You can still win this game. I'm also looking good. Nets season top quarterbacks will change because quarterbacks are starting to glow this season. Love, Lawrence, CJ, Purdy, and many more, but I can't really think. And there's a whole new class coming in. Who knows what they're able to show in the first year? But that is my topic for this halftime topic. All right, sorry, I try to hype it up. All right, but my question is, we have seen the Packers draft a quarterback and let him sit for 3 years. And this has been one of my things I've always said. I was like, hey, you got to let him sit for a little bit. But we have past 5+ years, I don't know how long this has been, we've seen quarterbacks just get thrown out there. And it's good to get them a little bit of experience and start having them. But in today's NFL is win now. If you don't see a guy winning now, he just gets thrown to the back of the pile and everybody gives up on him. He loses his confidence, etc. Do we see the whole league looking at the Packers go 3 for 3 on quarterbacks in a row and say, hey, maybe we should draft a quarterback and just let him sit for a little bit? It doesn't have to be 3 years, just until we feel that he's ready to take the reins. Do you think that we maybe could see a potential change in the league? Or do you think, hey, even though we won't see a change, do you think this is how teams should go about it? Sitting a quarterback, letting him get his feet wet, watching games unfold in front of him, and then while learning from a veteran quarterback, then eventually take the reins.
I think, yeah, they should definitely do that. We've been talking about this for a while, right? Ever since the Niners drafted someone like Trey Lance, but not everyone's going to have the privilege to learn under an Aaron Rodgers, right? A lot of these coaches are trying to save their job. Hence the Bears, when they drafted Justin Fields, hey, we got to put Justin Fields in, right? Hence the Texans were, hey, we don't even have a quarterback, right? Do we want to go another year with Davis Mills? No, we can't do that. Let's go out there, put CJ Stroud, let's see how he does. Or you can look at the Panthers, be like, hey, look at Bryce Young. Absolute disappointment, but is it really his fault? Do we really have the correct puzzle pieces to surround him to help him be as successful as he can? I do agree that quarterbacks should sit out the first year, right, to let them learn, get adjusted with the NFL because of how different the college football league is towards the NFL. So I do agree with you. I don't think every team has the privilege to let their rookie quarterback sit or has the privilege to let their rookie quarterback learn under a good veteran. I'm going to say good veteran here.
Yes, for sure.
Because we saw Trey Lance and he sat out his first year. I was very excited to see him play. He didn't get to play, but he had to learn under Jimmy Garoppolo, which out of the Kyle Shanahan system, he didn't last half a season. You know, so what did that really help him or did that hurt him? And now he's behind Dak Prescott. I think that's going to help him a little bit more than Jimmy G, but being behind that system, watching his head coach, and you got to have a head coach stay there for more than just that year, right? Learn the system, see what he likes. Let him go out there, teach you. Quarterback coaches are very important in this league. Let him build that connection with not just the coaches, but also the team, the locker room. Let them buy into you so you can buy into them. That's the only way you win is as a team. I think Jordan Love had a lot of time to get comfortable with those teammates, even with those young teammates, right? Even with those young teammates, he went in there and he was given the opportunity to be the leader, right? These guys didn't know Aaron Rodgers. They might have known him for 1 year, but they didn't know him. They didn't know how he liked to ran things. And Jordan Love saw that. So he adjusted to his own way. He knew how he wanted to lead his team, and they followed him because he can relate to those younger players. I think that also plays a factor. So I love that situation, right? How they get to adjust into it. It's like when you buy a new fish, you put it inside a tank, let them get used to the water, and then you release it. You can't just put it in right away because it might die. It may not, but it might die. So hopefully that answers your question.
Let's get to the comments as we continue talking about this. Not so looking good. It says it depends on the team as well. Some teams build, other throw them in expecting big things, like Super Bowl ready teams. Yeah, definitely. You need the right situation. Some teams are just so bad, like the Bears were, where Andy Dalton wasn't getting it done, and the fans were loud, and the fans wanted change, and they wanted to see, hey, what we have right now, I don't even know if he can learn anything from. We want to see Justin Fields starting to get some reps, and I kind of understand that, but also you just gotta let him learn a little bit more. But also, you kind of gotta create all these perfect conditions with hey, you gotta get a head coach to stay there so you can learn the system over multiple years. But also, if you get the wrong head coach, it's hard to do that. You got to have a veteran in order to teach them. In order for him to start learning these things, you got to have the perfect a quarterback coach. You got to have all these certain things and have the opportunity and the what's the word the privilege, as you were saying, to be able to just let him sit for multiple years and do it. But hey, if you can get all those things together, your chances of having a really good quarterback, if you do every single one of those things right, you draft him good, and then you give him a good head coach, give him a good quarterback coach, give him good veterans to learn from. You can go really far in the league, in my opinion, by doing that. You got to go a lot of things to go right. It doesn't happen all the time, but I feel like we should see it more. Liam says someone needs to study the Packers quarterback development. Definitely helps with each of the last two quarterbacks have been behind Hall of Famers. 100%. Aaron Rodgers learned from Brett Favre. Love learned from Rodgers. It's perfect situation in my opinion. I did see it. I think it's Barstool that was talking that wow, we saw Rodgers learn from Favre. Now Love has learned from Rodgers. Now there's a pretty good chance in 20 years that Jordan Love is going to be a nutcase, just like the other two guys are now.
It's crazy how they turn out. Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, the quarterback development is real. Aaron Rodgers was not as good when he first came in the league to where he came out and in his fourth year and started getting the snaps. Jordan Love was I could 100% tell you was not as good as he was when he first came onto the Packers to where he is now. It is night and day difference from what he was doing in practice. He was not there was serious questions about, hey, should this be our guy of the future? Devontae Adams decided to leave the Packers because he had to question the quarterback change that he knew was eventually going to happen, and it happened a year afterwards. He didn't question. He had doubts that Jordan Love could be the guy. 100%. It was only after this past, not this season, the season before it, where Jordan Love really started developing. We were like, hey, maybe he could be a guy. And then after that, this preseason continued developing and practice. The defense was backing him, but he was throwing a lot of picks. The defense beat him in a lot of plays. And he continued learning, and we had finally come to this culmination of where he is making almost every single pass. It's not like there is a bunch of open receivers, don't get me wrong, but he is making almost every single pass in duress, defender right in front of his face, and it's coming down in a dot. And it's incredible to watch.
I felt like he was able to pick up one of Aaron Rodgers' greatest traits was being able to read the field as well as he was.
He's calling out things. It's crazy.
It is crazy, right? You see Love, and he's a very talented quarterback, but what makes a quarterback different is not just the confidence, but also being smart on the field. And I think Jordan Love is stupid smart on the field, able to read the defense, able to be patient and trust his wide receivers to get open when they need to get open. So I think it's very incredible what he's doing and what he's accomplished with his time there in Green Bay.
Not so looking good says veteran quarterbacks are very important to what type of quarterback they're trying to build. Like he said, Dak would make Trey a better quarterback than Jimmy would. I would agree with that. Liam says, did you all see Liam leave the post game presser today? Yes, I pulled it up on the stream and showed everybody. I love that. I ain't putting up with your BS. I'm leaving.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He's obviously frustrated, and to get those type of questions, you just had a playoff loss. You're gonna have to make a lot of tough decisions and cut a lot of people. It's a frustrating thing, and to get those type of questions, you're just gonna be pissed off about it. Not so looking good as we get the opening kickoff here for this Monday Night Football game. Says Trey could throw deep and Jimmy couldn't. He didn't become what we wanted. Purdy can't throw deep, but look at him. He perfected what Jimmy lacked. I think Purdy has a pretty decent deep ball.
I think he has a stronger arm than Jimmy Garoppolo is for sure. I just think that Brock Purdy, like we talked about with the shirt, right? I think he has a lot more confidence. I think that's what Trey Lance also lacked, was not so much like, he's not that good, but I just think it was the confidence. Brock Purdy came out there and he was very confident despite being a rookie. And if he has that much confidence and you let him develop over the years, just imagine what he could become under that system. I think he has, I don't think his best years are right now. Even with the team that he's on right now, I think he has a lot more to show these upcoming years when he gets more experience with the team, when he gets more experience in the NFL. I think he has a lot more to show. So I'm very excited to see where he goes.
For sure. All right, so Eagles got the ball. I think they really got to get something done right now in this possession. Got to come up with points. I think a touchdown would be perfect, obviously, but you got to get away with 3 here, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. You got to make a statement here. If you come out and you go to 3 and out, or you turn the ball over, you're folding, right?
Yeah.
It's obvious that the Buccaneers are fighting a lot harder than what the Eagles have been doing so far.
Yep.
And they just missed a call right there. That was offsides in the offense. They didn't call that. And hopefully they don't call pass interference here. Just look like they will. Clean. It's 30-11. They got one more down. Let's see what happens.
Liam says, what do you all think the Bears will do with the number 1 this year? I think they keep Fields under the recommendation of the fans. They should definitely trade the pick back 1 or 2 spots and get Marvin Harrison Jr. I definitely think they I don't know what to do for them. There's so many different options. You can take Marvin Harrison Jr. early, and then with your later pick, I think it's like the 9th or 10th spot, take a quarterback there, get Penis or whatever his name is.
Oh, chill out. It's Penix.
That's what I said.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I said. All right. Jalen Hurts is Hurts in the pocket. Oh, my God.
And that's it, dude. The Buccaneers, they're coming out of this locker room more fired up than the Eagles here.
Yeah.
I think it's obvious to show here. But going to Liam's question, I don't really dive into I know a lot of draft prospect players, but I really, really get down into it right after the Super Bowl, just so it doesn't interfere like with what I give out here. But honestly, I think the Bears should move back in the draft because it looks like they will be trusting Justin Fields in the future, but should move back, get some more draft capital for the following years, and continue to rebuild. That will be a bad idea for the Bears, what you're saying there.
All right. You don't think it's probably the pressure Trey had over Purdy?
Oh, Trey Lance had a ton of pressure. It was so unfair. It was so unfair. Everyone was saying that the Niners, screwed up. They moved up for a kid that no one was going to draft. They should have got Mac Jones. They should have got Justin Fields. There's a lot of pressure on Trey, and it just wasn't fair. He was the youngest guy drafted at I think at that time he was 19 years old, which that's a 19-year-old. Remember when you're 19 years old? I mean, I'm 25. I remember when I was 19 years old, I was moving out of my house. I mean, I was already moved out of my house, I think, at that time. But yeah, and this guy was in the NFL, about to getting paid millions. It's a lot of pressure on him. It was kind of unfair. I can see how you want a fresh start, get the pressure off of him, let everyone say that he's a bum, and he's going to prove to a lot of people one day that he is a legit quarterback. And I still think he is. And hopefully he gets a chance next year. Let's look over here. Liam has to say. Liam says, Caleb Williams is a bust. You can come back to this comment in 2 years and prove me right. Hey, I'm 100% with you. I have people, I told people to clip this podcast. I said Caleb Williams will not be a franchise quarterback in the NFL. I don't believe him. I don't think he's mature enough to be a franchise quarterback. I think he's talented, but he's just not there mentally. And if he's not there mentally, I don't think he ever will be at this point in time. So yeah, I totally agree with you.
All right. Liam says the scoreboard at the top of the screen says this first. Liam, come on. It says third up there.
Is that what you were doing? Were you adjusting?
No, it's been third the whole time. Liam's high. I don't know what he's talking about.
Jeez, man. So we see the Buccaneers marching down the field. Baker Mayfield drops back and actually scrambling in the pocket. Goes to the right.
Comes out to the right. There's nobody open, apparently.
Just misses. I can't see who that is. Oh, Rashad White. Just misses Rashad White for a first down.
The whole time, Liam. I appreciate he keeps me. Okay, Liam was right. He called me out. That's why I was hardcore going into my Photoshop and fixing everything. Listen, guys, it's hard to update the scoreboard. All right, it's tough work out here.
It is. We don't have an editor. We don't have a guy behind the scenes.
I'm asking for a raise right now, AJ.
All right, you're fired. Here we go, 3rd and 7. Can the Buccaneers extend? Oh, and Baker Mayfield gets put down in a huge sack. He gets hit pretty hard.
Knocks him out of field goal range for sure.
Knocks him out of field goal range. Is he slow to get up? He gets up just fine.
Yeah.
Walking off oh man, what disappointing.
He's a fighter.
He is. And he was marching down the field. It sucks that he gets sacked right there. Couldn't afford that sack. Maybe they weren't in field goal range in the first place, but Fletcher Cox is just a beast.
Yeah.
Reed, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go use the little Niners room, so I'll be right back.
El Baño.
And that. Why do you guys say it like that? I know what restroom is, so.
El Baño.
Racist.
All right. Nussel looking good says, when is the last time an MVP player won a Super Bowl? Don't most of the MVPs lose the Super Bowl? That's 100% correct. 100% correct. No, not so looking good. It always happens that way. The MVP hardly ever wins the Super Bowl. It's been a trend for multiple years now. Just because you have the best quarterback doesn't mean you win a Super Bowl, which kind of goes against what the media says. They go, wow, this quarterback's playing the hottest. He's definitely going to win the Super Bowl. No, you need a complete team. And it's not the wins and losses are not a quarterback reward. The number of Super Bowl wins is not a quarterback record that you should keep count of. End of the day, it comes down to who has the best team, best head coach. All the pieces together is who wins the Super Bowl. And also, the ball has to bounce your way. But it's not about the quarterback. A good quarterback helps, but you don't need the best one. What y'all think the Steelers do at quarterback? Pickett ain't it. In my opinion, I would 100% agree with you. I don't think Pickett is it. They rolled with Mason Rudolph, even though Pickett is healthy. So even they think Pickett is not the answer. They definitely, and they know Mason's not the answer either. They definitely got to do something different there. You can see them try to attack it in the draft. They have a late draft pick because they made the playoffs. So they got to try to find a way either to trade up or maybe settle for one of the later round quarterbacks, which it doesn't really solve your problem unless you're able to hit big. I definitely think you need to go out there and try to get okay, Liam says Mahomes last year. Yes, Mahomes was the best quarterback last year. And did he? Yeah, he won MVP last year. But usually, Liam, it doesn't happen that way. Yeah, the Steelers. I think they either need to go out and trade for a guy. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who's going to be available as far as quarterbacks. I know Kirk Cousins is, but I don't know if that really solves like the long term issue for the Steelers. But yeah, they definitely need to find a new quarterback for that offense. You could technically say Pickett was held back by Matt Canada, and they don't have a true offensive coordinator right now. But I think you got to go find another guy as their quarterback. I don't know if Pickett is it. What do you do about a Peanuts or a JJ McCarthy draft pick for them? I don't know. JJ McCarthy, I think he's a second, third round guy, in my opinion. I've not evaluated the draft yet. As AJ says, I usually wait until after the. Oh, and they're going to probably call a late hit on Jalen Hurts. And. Oh, okay. I don't know what that was. But I think Penis will get taken earlier, and JJ McCarthy is going to be a second, third round guy. So I think they're in the weird range where all the good quarterbacks will be taken before them if they don't trade up, and then everybody else is not going to be worth a first round pick. So they're Steelers are in a weird position with their draft pick. Not so looking good says Steelers need to fix the offense or even the coaching because they ain't clicking like the Ben era Steelers. I don't think they need to fix the coaching. I know the Steelers haven't won a playoff game in a long time, but they win regular season games. I think overall, Mike Tomlin has been given crumbs. Big Ben at the very end of his career wasn't that good. It's just been a lot of different things going wrong for them, in my opinion. Over the last few years, and I don't think I don't think it's Mike Tomlin's fault. At the end of the day, don't need to fix Mike Tomlin. The quarterback needs to change 100%. He needs a good quarterback. All right, so the Eagles got the ball back after the punt, and they just lost 5 yards. They need some type of momentum on offense. Their defense is keeping them in this game, surprisingly, but offense needs to do something. They cannot continue this game the way they are right now. Liam says Steelers need to fix a lot. TBH, their defense is getting old and their offense is lost. Yeah, I would say that's true. Mostly true. TJ Watt is that defense. Without him, he is the difference maker. Jalen Hurts is going to come out of the pocket, get a 5-yard gain, and it's going to be about a 3rd and 10. And they really need to pick up this third down. They need to get something offensively. What are your top 3 hated teams? Don't give me that you don't hate any. Top 3 teams I hate, it's going to be Vikings at number 1. I'm a Packer fan, and I absolutely hate the Vikings. They are the fans are horrible. I don't like anything about them, the organization, etc. They're just a trash organization. Hate them. Lions are pretty close, but NCDC is is hurting. Is making me kind of like them, which I absolutely hate. And then you come with, and it's going to be a 4th down for the Eagles. Oh, a flag is out, so we'll have to see what this is. Whew. It looks like this flag is going to keep the Eagles on the field. Other top hated teams, I'm going to go Cowboys, even though I've been a Cowboy fan. Whoa! What is that?
Just trying to warm up, dude. Enjoying myself a little bit.
All right. What did you pour?
7-7.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's my go-to.
You lost me with the Sprite, but ugh.
Hey, Sprite, 0 sugar.
Okay.
Let's see. 0 sugar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings, Lions, and Cowboys for me. AJ, what are your top 3 hated teams?
My top 3 hated teams?
Obviously, Seahawks. That's gonna be number
Seahawks
1.
is number 1.
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of a complex question because I don't hate the Cowboys, but I hate losing to the Cowboys because they're fans. Seahawks number 1, Ravens number 2, Chiefs number 3.
All right, I respect that. To be honest, there isn't anyone on the Lions I despise. The new Lions, I don't really despise any of them. I think they're really, honestly, a really good group of guys, which is what I hate about it, because I want to hate them. But the old Lions, oh, there's so much to hate about them. That defense was they were the dirtiest team in the whole league. Just a dirty team. Sue is the worst. I hate that guy.
And Dominican Sue,
Freaking thug.
who's he playing for now?
Oh, did he get signed to some team?
He did. Who's he playing for? I could search it up.
He was playing. He won this. He went to the Super Bowl last year with the Eagles.
Dominican Sue, he's a free agent.
He's a free. Okay, he visited with the team.
Surprised he's a free agent.
I mean, any team I think, would love to have the death on their defensive line. Yeah, he's not the guy he used to be, but it's death.
So we're seeing another 36 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Quick release out here, and not much to go by. 4th down.
Dude,
Buccaneers.
what is this offensive line doing? They're not protecting Jalen Hurts at all.
So offensive linemen are so scarce this year. It is incredible. I'm really looking forward to see who gets drafted this upcoming draft. That's who I want the Niners to draft, is the offensive lineman.
I wish nothing but the best for the Lions. Not so looking good, says. Sadly, they got to go through the Niners if we meet them. Hey, what are you talking about? You got to go through the Packers. Stop thinking about the Lions. You got to think about the week in front of you.
If we meet up, okay, he's still showing respect there. He's showing respect.
Come at me. If you guys could cheer on any other team left in the NFL, who would it be?
I think I've said this multiple times, but I'm a diehard Niners fan, bang, bang, Niner gang, forever faithful. But I also heavily root for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I like the Bengals. I think Reed knows this as well.
Yeah, I know that.
So yeah, that was the team that I liked as a very, very young age until my dad whipped me.
Jesus. I don't really know, really.
No, just Packers.
Just Packers, man. That's what I love.
Well, I also have mad respect now, and I'm going to start to root for the Houston Texans.
Oh, yeah. I think I could fall for one of the Texans teams.
Yeah, I mean, we're here in Texas.
Yeah.
We don't follow the Cowboys, but Liam says old-fashioned AJ. No, I'm drinking a 7-7 with a rock here, so I got Seagram 7 here with a Sprite Zero Sugar. But old-fashioned.
I always forget that Canada drinking age is 18, so Liam can actually drink.
That's true. It's very true. Old-fashioned does sound nice right now, though. Like a good one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Good old-fashioned.
I know what you're talking about. I always wish for Niners versus Patriots, Brady in the Super Bowl. That would be a good game.
I hated that era.
It was so lopsided.
It was very bad. I didn't have a chance to look at my phone. I got so many notifications. I'm just so famous. Oh, one of my buddies here, Mr. Murdoch, he said, we'll call him Coach. He's like, dude, you keep drinking that 7-7 that fast, you'll be pumping back. Stuff. That's hilarious. Hey, thank you so much for watching, Coach. Appreciate you watching us here on our live play-by-play, which we don't do too many of. But yeah, 7-7. This one's for you, Coach.
Liam says, did y'all see the comparison of Stroud and Love's stat line from this weekend? Yeah, they both played absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, both of them. It really gets you excited about the future of the league of quarterback play.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, we saw Trevor Lawrence fall apart towards the end, right, of the season, where, I mean, even with the teams that he had, the wide receivers that he had, he just couldn't connect with any of them towards the end. But I'm still going to put him in there. Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, Love, and also CJ Stroud. I want to throw in Bryce Young in there because we still haven't had a chance to really dissect what he can do in this NFL. There's other quarterbacks too. Joe Burrow is very young as well.
Yeah, he is.
Justin Herbert is very young. It's just it's a whole new era. It's a whole new era of the NFL of football, really.
Yep.
But yeah.
Love had 2 less yards than Stroud, but every other passing stat was the same. They both played absolutely incredible. Love would have had a perfect passer rating, but they took him out and then put him back in, and then he had a dropped pass for 2 yards, and that counted against him. So he didn't have a perfect passer rating, unfortunately.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for that one game, I want to still talk about Purdy as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't for that one game against the Ravens where he had 4 interceptions, which I really think 3 of them, I'm not going to put the full blame on him, but I think that's what really killed him. I think Lamar Jackson will win this MVP race. Here we see a great run by Rachaad White, by the way, about 15 yards there. But, oh, man, if it wasn't for that one game, I think it would be hands down one of the greatest seasons we've seen for a quarterback with the QBR, the QB rating. For these quarterbacks this year. I mean, he had almost a perfect rating this whole season.
In my opinion, I don't think that we've seen that great a quarterback play from this past year. You didn't see the insane touchdown stats. I think it was Dak that led the league with 34. Usually you see multiple guys in the 40s, some people pushing up to close to 50. In my opinion, I think it was kind of lackluster for quarterback play. You saw a lot of young guys playing really well, and that's what's exciting about it. But overall, I think it was kind of lackluster in my opinion. Like for me, it's still hard for me to give my MVP vote because I don't think anybody had that great of a year. Everybody has a blemish on the record. Well, usually there's that one guy who just was different than the rest, you know?
Well, you want to talk about like MVP candidates, and really what we're talking about is QB candidates, right? Because that's what the MVP is nowadays. It's just all quarterbacks.
It's the quarterback on the best team.
It's quarterback on the best team. Now, if we're talking about players, MVP candidates, then we could go ahead and talk about people like Tyreek Hill, CMC, Christian McCaffrey out there, the 49ers, players like that who really do the most for their team to get wins and help utilize everyone on that team. But it's so easy to give it to a quarterback just because it's the quarterback, the face of the team.
Yep. For sure. Not so looking good. It says, how much longer do you think the fullback position will last in the NFL? Oh, for a long, long time. The biggest complaint I have about the Matt LaFleur offense is it doesn't include this past year it kind of included a fullback, but it was our tight end playing a fullback position. Mm-hmm. But I've missed the days of John Kuhn and being able to yell, Kuhn!
Ooh, we just see a big sack to Baker Mayfield once again.
That was really nasty. And it was on third down. That's huge.
That is taking them out of field goal range.
Whenever I hear the Niners or another team go juice or whatever, it brings me back memories. I wish I had that still. But the fullback position is such a beautiful position. If it has a good scheme around it, etc., it's so well done in my opinion. But not a whole lot of people are about the ground and pound that a fullback brings or the extra pass protection a fullback brings. Everybody wants the speedsters. They want to be Miami Dolphins or whatever, and they want the speed. And that's where the game is going. The fullback position is a scarcity nowadays.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed with all the coaches coming off from the Shanahan tree, like D'Amico Ryans, McDaniels, and also Robert Saleh. They're not really utilizing that fullback position as much like how Shanahan uses it. So I think once Shanahan is out of coaching, out of the Niners, I think that's when the fullback position will officially die.
Isn't there another guy on isn't like the Ravens or something?
It's the Steelers. The Steelers like to utilize. They don't utilize it as much, especially not this past year while they're rotating Najee Harris and also Jaylen Warren out there. So we didn't see a lot of fullback from them. It's the Watt. Watt was the fullback guy. Yeah.
Liam says, have you ever thought about doing NSP Madden tournaments?
Believe it or not, we tried to release that last year. We had zero feedback from our subscribers to join. So we didn't do it after all. Yeah. But we did announce it. We did announce a Madden tournament. We're going to do a franchise season in Madden, but we had 0%. 0%.
Nobody responded.
No one at all from our subscribers. So we just canned the idea and we moved on. It was supposed to be the startup of NSP Gaming.
Yeah. But I would love to do that this offseason. Love it.
You buy the new Madden?
Yeah, we've played.
No, are you going to buy the new Madden?
No, this offseason.
Oh, this off season. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're going to start in the beginning of the season. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh. I don't know if I buy it again.
As long as EA holds the rights to Madden, I will no longer buy Madden. I'm going to buy NCAA just to give it a shot, but I'm no longer buying Madden as long as EA has the rights to it.
McDaniels uses a fullback decent amount. Ingold made Pro Bowl this year. And he's not fighting against a lot of fullbacks there. That's why surprise passes to Juice work more, just because they don't expect a fullback to go down the field on the edge, and they don't really practice against a fullback. I mean, it's hard even to like practice against it in practice because you don't got a fullback. You just grab a linebacker or somebody. Get in there and play fullback so we can get some practice in to get ready for the Niners. There's not like you can't practice for it. It's hard.
Yeah, but it helps that Juice has great hands. I mean, incredible wide receiver skills.
Liam says, I will participate as long as it's not during the summer. Maybe
Why
we'll
not?
do it
During the summer.
Maybe we'll do it during the spring.
Spring football.
Spring football. There we go. Spring league. Why the hate towards EA? Don't get us started.
I just don't feel like they are capable of making a good sports game. Yeah, shoot them with Battlefield. That's great. Star Wars Battlefront. That's decent. But sports games like Madden, I think the mechanics are horrible. They try too much with the flashy stuff, which I don't agree with. Like the X Factors, the whole deal with stuff like that. But just the way they do the CPUs, the offensive linemen, for me, that's like the biggest complaint I have is how they work. Right, they are just horrible. They don't block. You could do a screen. They'll look at the guy and then move over. I got so much like footage on my phone that I like sent to these guys, sent to my buddies Reed and Vince, and it's just I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. I think it's horrible. I think they need to focus more on the CPU mechanics than just the whole flashy, way to throw a ball.
Yep. Don't get us started.
Yeah, we're not bad at Madden. We're pretty darn good. But I just don't like the game. I don't got any care for it.
Did anything looking good join the Discord? Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but you should definitely join the Discord. Link is in the description below if you have not yet.
I do not see him here, so not so looking good. If you haven't joined the Discord, the link is in our description on YouTube. So go ahead, find us there, join our Discord. We got a great.
No.
What happened?
Are they gonna call that?
Are we seeing a safety here?
I don't know if he was down. The ball came out.
They're discussing it. Flags out.
Intentional grounding.
That's a safety then.
Okay. Yeah, it would be a safety because he's in the end zone. Yeah, that's 2 points. Yeah.
That's insane.
They didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage.
So intentional grounding from Jalen Hurts in their own end zone, which ends off in a safety. The Buccaneers get the ball back. Just more points on the board, more opportunity for the Buccaneers to get away with this game. Absolutely nuts.
This Eagles team is done for.
I'm absolutely shocked at how well this defensive front is playing for the Buccaneers. Like, they're good, right? But I didn't think they were this good to go up against this offensive line. Just goes to show how imploded this team is, right? They're falling apart from within, and then these guys are doing their little safety dance. But you saw from Jason Kelsey, he's the leader of that. Every offensive line is the lead. Offensive center is the leader of the offensive line. If he can't even share words, things are bad in the locker room. It's a shame because I like Kelsey a lot. I like Jason Kelsey a lot.
He says, "Oh yeah, I'm under Daddy looking good." Is he in the Discord already? Then
did he join?
He didn't. We didn't get a. No, he's not a part. He's not on the Discord. Daddy looking good. Join the Discord, man. Used to be my name here, but I got banned. Oof.
Ooh. Like
I knew I should have picked the Bucks. Hey, I picked them. That's one of the things I got right on my thing. If the Ravens and Niners find a way to lose, who do you all see playing and winning the Super Bowl? I doubt both of them lose at the same time, though. So, in my opinion, if the Niners, I'm going to say they lose in the championship just for the sake of this. So that means the Lions would go, which would be absolutely crazy because I don't see the Bucks beating the Lions, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't see the Bucks beating the Niners. Absolutely not. So that means the Lions would go to the Super Bowl. Unless somehow the Packers are able to upset the Niners sooner, then the Packers have a chance. I think it's left in the NFC. It's those three teams. It's the Niners, obviously, at top, then the Lions at number 2, and then the Packers at number 3. The best chances to make the Super Bowl. On the AFC side, if the Ravens don't go, I mean, we know. It's either going to be Bills or Chiefs. And it comes down to this next game.
I actually had the Bills going to the Super Bowl on the AFC side. So for me, it'll be the Bills. And the NFC side, that's going to be tough because if the Niners lose to the Packers, then it's going to be the Packers, and in my opinion, the Lions in the championship game. And that's going to be one hell of a game, right? You got a divisional game, but if the Packers beat the Niners, what's going to slow them down? What's going to slow them down? It'll be Bills-Packers if both Ravens and Niners lose.
Yep.
My not-so-pro opinion.
If you have 23, I'm down for Madden. I do have it. I think AJ completely uninstalled it, so
I have it.
Yeah, you had to. Oh, do you have it re-downloaded?
Oh, we got a big play here for number 10. He's going all the way untouched, going all the way to the end zone, and boom, Buccaneers score with another touchdown. That is pretty much putting the game away. They're zooming in on Jalen Hurts. They look bad.
They look so defeated. Bad. There's no fight in them. There's no fight in that Eagles team.
So after all this talk all season long, this is no bash on the Eagles, right? But after all this talk with the Eagles and Cowboys, how they're talking about this is their year, they're going to the bowl, and they both get out in the first round. Of course, the game's not over, right? But just the way things play out. I guess
this next comment is wild.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Let's answer it.
Yep.
Liam says, where's Kyrie been at? He shit the bed in the NSP Fantasy League and went ghost. So he got really mad in the NSP Gold League. Really mad. And he hasn't talked since. He was talking very highly about himself for fantasy football. He got killed in every NSP league. And we just haven't seen him since. At one point in the NSP Gold League, he said in our chat, he's like, I'm done, and never responded again after a trade went through. Oh,
I DM'd him the bracket, and he never responded.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame. Yeah. Kyrie was a great follower. Hopefully he's still subscribed. We'll always welcome him back. But yeah, it's been a while. So hey, you guys are part of the NSP fam. If you guys haven't yet, go out there, find Kyrie, message him, ask him if he's okay, because you know what? That goes a long way, making sure someone is doing A-okay.
Sorry, I'm updating the score, AJ.
No, it's all good. It's not still looking good. Thank you so much for joining the Discord. So happy to see you here. As you could tell, we got a lot of different categories here. So we got betting with NSP. We got our sponsor, Redcon One. We also have a super special category called video suggestions. So even you could suggest a video topic that you want us to cover. And more than likely, we will cover that topic in a pre-recorded video, or we might even do it live. So if you want to get in on what you want us, our opinion on, or not so pro opinion on, we will go ahead and may do it. Going live, we also keep you guys updated when we are going live, so you guys never miss a beat with us. But yeah, we got a lot of things on here. Our most popular one will probably be fantasy football, which that's probably going to die out right now because fantasy football season is unfortunately over. There you go, Liam. Liam's checking in on Kyrie on our football talk chat. So love it. Mr. Brandon Rogers says, just came on here to say, let's go. Hey, Brandon, appreciate you coming back. He says, update that score, brother. 9-23 Buccaneers are up. We're going to see the Eagles out. Are you calling it, Reed?
I can't believe what Liam just put. This guy. I'll read it. Liam says, I got a video title.
It doesn't sound like that. You can't say it like that.
How Liam beat Reed in the fantasy playoffs. So funny, Liam. So funny.
I think that's a good title. I don't know if we'll be able to use it because I don't know if we'll have a video to make out of it, but that's a good title. It's a good title. Y'all have better opinions than these fake shows on TV. Y'all keep it real. Always keep it real. Always.
100%.
100%. Like I said, no one. I don't think anyone calls biased, right? I don't think anyone calls biased because we always keep it 100.
We say it when we're biased.
Yeah, when we are biased, we'll be like 100%. It's because
I am
got
biased here. Like, this is my take.
Yeah,
if I'm being unbiased, this is my real take.
Not so looking good. If you play fantasy football, you would absolutely love our fantasy football takes on here. We help plenty of people get into their fantasy playoffs, even their championship. We've taken out some of our fans for the championship games, but we have a lot of fun here. So I'm so glad you found our channel. How Vince beat Liam in the fight. Oh, there's so much shade going on. What's with all the shade here?
How Vince put 190 on Liam in the finals.
Dang, how could no one wants to talk about how AJ beat Rave in the finals? Oh,
how Rave beat Reed in the semifinals.
How so
Liam and Rave ended my fantasy football hopes.
Hey, it was a good season. It was a tough season for fantasy football, but it was a good season. Sorry if this is kind of blinding you guys. I know it's.
Oh my god, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
All right, Eagles need to do something soon as we're about to enter the fourth quarter. Needs to do something soon.
They're just running the ball. Are they admitting defeat here?
Zach is catching strays.
Zach, which he means Rave. He was in here earlier, wasn't he? Let me scroll up. I think he was in here earlier.
Are you talking about my awesome Packer hoodie?
Rave was in here
good,
earlier,
or are you talking about the big Brock one over there?
Oh, look at that.
That one I bought on Amazon. There was another one, but this was a Christmas gift and it wasn't going to come in on time. The other one actually looked better. So if you're able to get the other one, that would be pretty cool. But this one's pretty sick also.
Ooh, what a great catch right there.
Both of them on Amazon. Eagles are they're fighting for the first time this game.
Now we're about to enter the fourth quarter, so let's put the fours up.
Here we go to the Photoshop. So I don't get yelled at by the chats. They've been on me.
Dude, they've been on you, dude. They've been on you.
Usually, chat never says anything about the scoreboard.
Oh, while we got some of you guys on here, especially Brandon and Liam, I think you both have mentioned it before. Stay tuned this offseason around the draft range. We might have an update for you guys with our NSP merch store. Ooh.
Could be fun.
Have you guys thought about an NSP Dynasty League? Yes, we did think about that. Ian from our Discord suggested that, and I think we're going to do it. Yeah. I think we're going to do it. I think I could tack on one more league under my belt.
Oh my god.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
So many leagues.
It's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot of work, but it's okay. We don't mind doing it for you guys. We will have a fourth. Well, depending on how many people we got interested, right? NSP leagues. But for sure, we will have a free league, a paid league, and a dynasty league. Oh, sorry if that's blinding you again. My bad. But a free league, a paid league, and a dynasty league. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be part of the dynasty league. I've been wanting to get into one of those. But yeah. What do you think, Reed? You got any issues with that? I think we're good.
No. Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Yeah, I think that was going to fill up pretty fast, that dynasty one. We tried an auction league this past year. That was interesting.
Well, that's fun. I like that one.
Yeah. I won that one.
Oh my god, dude. What the hell is your problem?
I like this thing, dude. I really do.
Why are you going to flip the whole NSP off right there?
I wasn't flicking anyone off. I was just showing them my ring.
We are a family-friendly league. Our show here, AJ. You're getting fined for that one.
You don't know where I live.
You're getting fined.
Not so looking good says, I'm tired of buying jerseys. Every time I buy one, that player gets hurt. I'm in the same boat. That player gets hurt, injured, leaves, traded, retired, whatever. But yeah, it's annoying. You should spend that money on our NSP merch store, which is releasing this summer. How much time is left in the game? Did Reed not have a live timer up there?
No, we do not have a lime timer. That is not in the budget, as AJ says. We're about to start the fourth quarter, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna take this comment. Liam says we are getting close to 600 subs too. To celebrate, I think a signed Tom Brady game worn Super Bowl jersey is in the prize. Thank you, Liam, for donating this to NSP to raffle off. Thank you. We appreciate it, Liam.
Thank you,
Liam's
Liam.
donating.
Thank you.
They signed Tom Brady a game worn Super Bowl jersey. The Buccaneers won too. Celebrate the Buccaneers win. Thanks, Liam. We appreciate you here at NSP. Truly an NSP faithful right there.
I want to. Oh man, that's one of the shirts I want to make. NSP faithful, like in this.
There you go.
This
I need
here.
some Super Bowl tickets instead. You guys really attacking the NSP budget this year, huh?
Not so looking good. I know you're new here, but usually when NSP would do giveaways, which we've done a lot of giveaways in this channel,
like 10 plus, honestly.
Yes, we've always given away a current NFL star autographed jersey or mini helmet. Yeah, so we always give away 100 plus donations, what it seems like. But yeah, we are a small channel trying to grow. What an amazing catch right there. I don't know who that was.
Was that Devontae Smith?
Yeah, they don't need AJ Brown.
I don't know. AJ Brown would not have to score 9 points right now.
AJ Brown's not going to be with the Eagles next year. Hot take? Is that what do you think?
See, I don't know. His social media is very interesting right now.
What social media?
Exactly. Jeez.
Man. This is just what do you call this? A smack it down? This is just a beating now for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is just embarrassing. Almost as bad as the Packers and Cowboys.
He says, how do we win those things? So the current giveaway that's happening right now is the bracket, which unfortunately not so looking good. You did come in late for that. We released a bracket for the playoffs that people filled out, and whoever has the most points at the end is going to win free NSP merch, a hat, and a shirt. But throughout the year, as we hit certain milestones, the next milestone is 1,000 subs, and then we'll do another giveaway. And once we hit 1,000 subs, which, hey, you can help with that by telling your friends, telling your family, hey, sub to NSP, making another, if you have a second account somewhere, sub into us. Anything helps. But once we hit that milestone, we say we're going to do a giveaway, then all you got to do, we'll put out a thing, hey, like and subscribe to this video or whatever, and we'll throw you in the giveaway, and we'll spin a wheel. Whoever lands on the wheel, which I won one of those wheels. We re-rolled it, but I did win one of those. We give away a whatever we're giving off. So that's how you do it. The pick I sent in Discord is one of the 2 NFL jerseys. Herbert as well. I can donate if you want. Oh, we're not going to make you donate it. No. What do you send in there?
He sent a green Jets jersey. But yeah, not so looking good. Really, all you got to do is be subscribed here and also have your notifications on our videos so you know whenever we post a video that gives instructions on how to answer, which all you got to do is like and comment on the video, you'll automatically enter in that. And if you're not on our live, while we announce the giveaway, we'll go ahead and reach out to you and let you know that you won.
Yep.
I don't know who it is, but I have it. Oh my gosh. It's also a child small. It's okay. That's you know what? I wear a child medium. So just a little out of my range there. My chances would be because with less people, but I got y'all. Hey man, I think last giveaway we had, how many people did we have enter? Like 30 some, 40?
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of people enter. And Liam was like this close.
Liam was so close.
Liam
he was so salty.
Close. Yeah.
He was a Nets person. Oh,
yeah.
He remembers. He remembers what happened.
It's okay, Liam. It's okay. Maybe one day. But yeah, this next giveaway is going to be some NSP merch, which is going to come out straight from our NSP merch store. Well, maybe we should announce the merch store when we give away the NSP merch so other people could get some. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I have it ready. Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay. We got Jalen Hurts dropping back, getting loose from the pocket, throws it out to number 0. We got Swift out there getting about 5 yards. Nice. So now it's a 4th and forever. This game.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Let's give it a round of applause for the Philadelphia Eagles for giving their best in the playoffs.
Liam says it's okay. I'll win it when it's a Chargers item. Hey, that helmet is worth a hell of a lot more now. After we gave it away, it is worth so much probably now. And it was a Darren Bland signed mini helmet, and it was before he got all those pick sixes and broke the record, and we gave that away.
That was nuts. That price was like at $100 when we gave it away.
It was at $90.
It was $90 when we gave it away, and now it's like I haven't even looked, but he blew up. He blew up.
And I wonder because it does have the sign of authenticity that since it's before, like he did it. I wonder if it's worth more. You know?
Oh, definitely worth a lot more.
Yeah. That's it's so unfortunate. That's looking good.
Sorry.
Says I'm headed out, but for Reed, good luck on Saturday, and for AJ, bang bang Niner game. Hey, we'll be live throughout the week. We'll probably going to go live tomorrow, or we're doing a recording tomorrow, AJ?
We're going to do a recording tomorrow.
Okay, but there are recordings out there. We may go live potential time throughout the week, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, hitting the bell always helps out. Just so you're in touch with what's going on. But hey, appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate it, and best of luck to the Niners as you wished me good luck. I appreciate that. Liam says, I don't even want to win last time. I was heartbroken. 4th and 5.
Oh, throws it for a toss-up in the end zone.
That's a smart play right there. 50-50 play on a 4th down. Way farther than you need it. That's a great QB, smart play. Sirianni's like, if we have a bad year next year, I'm going to lose my job.
So that was a take, right? That was a take coming into this game, was Nick Sirianni may be on the hot seat if they lose this game.
Crazy. I don't think so.
No? Like at all? You don't think there's any pressure on him?
I don't think so. I think there's more other places you can point to blame like the coordinators, but that is technically part of his fault. In my opinion, it is not 100% on Sirianni. They went... Or I wouldn't say it's 100% on him. It's he on his first, his second year they went to the Super Bowl. In his 3rd year now, they've gone to the playoffs. They had a good record. Yeah, it all fell apart, but you can't fire him there.
But it goes deeper this year, right? So it goes deeper than just a record, because now, like, you're hearing all this commotion inside the locker room. You're seeing Jason Kelce, a well-known veteran in that team, unhappy. Can't even talk about his team. Jalen Hurts, he lost his locker room. He lost a lot of respect from his players. A.J. Brown, who you fought for to get last year, or was 2 years ago, and now he's unhappy, took you off of social media. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with him. And clearly, it looks like Nick Sirianni doesn't have that locker room. So what can you do? Is there any way of saving this team for next year? Can you do that?
I don't think you can just make the choice right now that you can't solve it. That's where I think the problem is. Do I think he will? I'm going to say probably not. But can I say right now that 100% he's not going to fix it, and without a doubt he won't fix it? I won't make that call. I won't fire him. Just because the grass isn't the greenest here doesn't mean it's greener on the other side, okay? Just because you hire Bill Belichick doesn't mean everything's going to get better. Everybody thinks Bill Belichick's going to make everything better, but I don't know if he can anymore.
That's another thing too. We got to take that into consideration. Look at the coaches that are available, right? You got Bill Belichick. I'm going to throw Jim Harbaugh.
There's a lot of good head coaches.
Mike Vrabel. I think he's a great head coach. That kind of shocked me that they let him go.
Yep.
I don't know if I should say Pete Carroll. I don't know if he's going to stay with the Seattle Seahawks organization or
Brandon
not.
Staley.
Brandon Staley?
Yeah.
How can we miss
Liam's
him?
guy. His defensive specialty.
How silly of us to
How
just
silly willies. That's what we are.
We're silly gooses.
Silly goose.
But yeah, there's a lot of
Jesus.
great head coaches out there that could potentially take this job, but I don't know. I think it's more just the fact that I don't like Sirianni.
Yeah, I know you
Don't like
don't.
him.
I know you don't.
Like, it also shows how important an offensive and defensive coordinator is, right? Because the
So
Philadelphia
important.
Eagles lost their offense and defensive coordinator this offseason,
Mm-hmm.
and their defense was supposed to be better, stronger,
Mm-hmm.
more efficient. I could keep on going this season, and they don't look like that. Their offense was supposed to look great. Now, besides from the overused and overrated tush push, what great success have they seen this season offensively? Jalen Hurts, without the tush push touchdowns, how great has he looked?
Not very good.
Not very good, right? Teammates, AJ Brown, wishy-washy this whole season. Devontae Smith, wishy-washy this whole season. Dallas Goedert, same thing. They brought in Swift. Same kind of thing, right? They have someone like Rashad Penny in the bench that hasn't even seen the field this year. That's mind-boggling to me. I think he's a top-tier running back that hasn't gotten a chance this season, wasted his career. Wasted it here. I don't know. I think there's a lot of head-scratching what do you call that? Head scratching. I'm losing my focus here.
Yeah. I go back to, hey, like, just because the grass isn't the greenest right now doesn't mean I'm going to rip out this grass and I'm going to put in better grass. You know, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I say you stick it out another year. If you don't make the playoffs next year or you see the same problems persisting, then yes, make a head coaching change. I don't think you make a head coaching change right now. If he loses his job after what he has done, in my opinion, I think that sets a terrible precedent, in my opinion.
But that's the Philadelphia Eagles. That's who they are, right? They're that type of organization, a very messy, not a lot of pride in that organization. That's who the Philadelphia Eagles are, right?
Yep.
And look at that division. Their division is not slowing down. Their division's on an accelerated track to continue to get better. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be a winning organization no matter what. They got great players on that team. Even without Mike McCarthy, they're going to find someone to replace them. Look at the New York Giants. They're going to continue to get better, right? They got a great head coach who just cleaned house of everyone else. Now, he has the task of replacing every other coach in that organization, which I think he's going to do an excellent job at. Look at the Washington Commanders. Horrible season, but they just got rid of their coach. Now they're hiring some big-time advisors that had great success in the NBA to help them out. And they got a pretty solid offense. Right? You have Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel, Johan Dotson. There's a pretty solid foundation there. You give yourself a good quarterback, which they will with a second pick overall. They're going to look like a solid team if they pick correctly. So yeah. I think, the smart thing to do here is to continue going with Nick Sirianni and this team, see what happens next year. But I'm afraid for the Eagles. I'm afraid for him.
All right. Liam says, is Vince being studious again? He is being studious. He has the field work starting again. So he's going to be off and on for the podcast for a little bit. But, hey, we wish him all the best. You'll still see him around. Definitely tune into our betting against the spread videos because that's where you'll definitely be showing up. Joseph Smoke says, I now know what it feels to be a Dallas fan. That is a low blow as you are taking the low blows right now. But yeah, this is what it feels to be a Dallas fan right there. It's just disappointment.
Well, at least it's not every year for the Eagles, right? It's not every year for them.
Yeah.
Like next year, depending on what they do, like with AJ Brown, I think that's going to be playing a big factor. If Jason Kelsey retires, that's huge as well because you're not going to find that much success in the tush push without Kelsey. I do believe he plays that big of a role in that
It's
play.
those two. It's those two. It's Jalen Hurts with his humongous legs and Jason Kelsey.
Yeah. So what happens if the Eagles lose out and Jason Kelsey, him retiring, and AJ Brown, him wanting out? What happens to that offense? I think those are two big hits. I know Jalen Hurts is a big factor there, but without the weapons, I think Goddard was on a 1-year deal. Is this his 1-year deal?
I'm not positive.
I'm not too sure either. I got to look into it. But Swift didn't play that big of a role. So what do you do?
Yep. It's going to be an interesting offseason for the Eagles because they're definitely going to be losing this game.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear cut that this game is iced. Unfortunate for the Eagles. Good for the Buccaneers.
Is it 26 points now? Did I mess up the scoreboard again?
Yes.
And people are tuning in and going, "Man, these guys don't know what they're doing. It's all my fault." Sorry, boys.
There's a comment here.
What's
Liam
up?
says, AJ, you missed my question earlier to read. As a Michigan fan, do you think that the Steelers could look at JJ McCarthy? I don't think JJ McCarthy will be the answers to them. I like JJ McCarthy a lot. I ranked him in between a Will Levis and a Sam Howell. I think he's in between that. I don't think JJ McCarthy will be a guy to win you games. I don't think he's that talented to be a next CJ Stroud. I hate comparing quarterbacks to other quarterbacks, but I think JJ McCarthy will be a good quarterback to be able to draft, to learn under someone. So someone who has a veteran quarterback already who may be out the door in a few years, kind of like a Jordan Love situation. If you allow this guy to learn and adapt to the system, he will find great success. But going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think so because I don't like the system that the Steelers run as of right now, a rotating back, which it's very, I guess you could say is similar to Michigan, but this is the NFL, right? You're going to have a solid defense with TJ Watt. I guess the more I talk about it, the more I don't dislike it. But I don't think JJ will be the answer. I think he's a better quarterback than Pickett and Rudolph and Trubisky, but I don't think he'll be the answer for them. But under Mike Tomlin, he'll be able to learn a lot.
And what I was saying on that question was, I don't think the draft position for the Steelers is so weird. They're not in the top position where they can get one of those top 4 or whatever it ended up being quarterbacks. I don't think they'll have one of them fall that deep to them because I think the Seattle's right before them and they're going to take one of those quarterbacks. And I think they're going to miss out on the top ones unless they trade up. And then everybody after that, I think McCarthy is probably going to be a second or third round guy. And it's not going to be the value of the pick is not going to be there for a quarterback. Would you agree with that, AJ?
I do agree. I just saw that the Pittsburgh Steelers are at pick number 23.
Yep.
Although I don't see JJ McCarthy as a top 5 quarterback in this draft, he probably fall into the second round, in my opinion.
That's
but
what I was.
If we look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, their next pick, I'm trying to find it here, which I don't have access to it.
Yeah, not a lot of people are putting out all that yet.
Yeah. Geez, if I could just here, I think this is it. No, this is not. But yeah, I think it's a Pittsburgh. Well, sorry.
We would imagine it's pretty late in the second round, also.
Oh yeah.
Unless they draft up.
Yeah, all I'm getting is a first rounder, but at the 23 pick, I think you can get someone with a little more value than JJ McCarthy. I think JJ McCarthy will be a great pick for whatever team, as long as they're not reliant on a quarterback that season.
Yep. Rashad White with the ball again.
Liam says, I feel like McCarthy has Pickett resemblance. Both were known for dual threat in college, but Pickett really hasn't been able to use his legs in the NFL. I don't think Pickett is a leader in that team. I mean, you see a lot of disruption in that offense. You need to find a leader on that team, someone who people are willing to follow, and then you'll find success in that Pittsburgh offense. Because Mike Tomlin, great head coach, puts out a great system, but since Big Ben's prime, he hasn't found much success. So you need to find a leader on there. JJ may be a good candidate, but yeah, McCarthy, I rank him higher than Pickett. Steelers will have pick number 52. So in the second round, I think that would be a pretty solid pick. They might have to move up a couple picks more in order to solidify getting JJ McCarthy. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks taken in this draft. This is a very heavy QB draft class, but JJ McCarthy will be picked in the top 2 rounds for sure.
All right. Cool.
So we got 6 minutes left in this game, Reed.
Do you think this is the last 6 minutes that we see of Jason Kelce?
It's unfortunate, but he has talked about retiring. Same thing with Travis.
I think the Super Bowl made him want to come back last year. Being that close and not getting it, that made him want to come back and think he could do it again. But unfortunately, it just came up short. And I think the dysfunction these past few games has brought, I don't think he wants to come back to that. I think this is definitely his last game.
So maybe, yeah, I think you're 100% right. I don't even think there's a chance where he'll want to play with another team. I think he'd much rather stay with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But given the circumstances with how the organization is right now, how they're imploding, I don't think he wants to be in a toxic environment for his last few years. I mean, he already said it himself. His body is aging, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not performing like how it used to.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of penalties and mistakes from him during those losing games. I definitely think he blames himself a lot for it. I don't think he's the type of player that just points fingers like AJ Brown or etc. He takes accountability for how he's not stepping up to the challenge, etc. I think he takes fault for it.
But I cannot exaggerate enough on how important that center position is.
Oh, it's so important.
Usually the leader of that offensive line, the people that rally up the whole offensive line, it's a brotherhood out there.
Yeah.
And how long Jason Kelce's been in the league, how well he knows the system, how well he runs the system, especially that connection he has with Hurts, because that's another factor you got to play in there. The connection a center has with his quarterback is huge, right? We've seen it before, like Peyton Manning. He went ahead and brought his center over from Indianapolis to Denver because that's how good of a connection he had, and that's how important it is in any team. So I think that'll be a huge hit, bigger than what people think for Philadelphia if they lose out on Kelce.
100% agree. Yeah, that Jason Kelce will definitely be missed. There's a chance that he may hey, the fire's still burning, etc., and he wants to come back. But in my opinion, he has a great career waiting for him on the other side. His podcast is doing incredible. I think he could jump on one of these other networks also in conjunction with that. Maybe call games. I would love to see that. Maybe just commentate or analyst on games. I think he has a great media career waiting for him. He's a funny, very entertaining guy. He doesn't need to put his body through hell in order to make millions anymore. He can do it with just his personality.
I was about to say, yeah, he's very entertaining. He also has a music career as well, which is awesome. His podcast, I would listen to it a lot more if it didn't have his brother in it. I just don't like Travis, man.
I like Travis.
I don't like how he purposely tries to do certain things, but great football player he is. But here we see a huge injury going down with number 2 from the Philadelphia Eagles defense getting carted off. He had a horrible back stretch out there, but going back to Kelce, yeah, I think I could definitely see him in a media career. But he did mention how he wanted to spend a little more time with his wife, his family out there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you can do that with a media career. If it's just a Sunday thing, you don't really do a whole lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what goes into that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you have more time than being an actual player in the NFL because you're not doing the practices, right? You're not traveling all the damn time.
Yep.
But going one day out of the week. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, wish all the best for Jason Kelce. That's even if he retires after this. And unfortunately, we won't see anything right away because it's not a home game. Usually home games,
It'll be a few weeks from now probably that he'll come to the decision.
Yeah.
But great career, regardless what he does.
So here we go. We got 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Can this be the end of an era for the Philadelphia Eagles? A very short era for the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's definitely looking like that right now.
Oh, dude, the Buccaneers couldn't even put up 10 points against the Panthers. If they didn't put 25 points up, I know it was the last game of the season. People can say whatever they want,
Jeez.
but oh gosh, another touchdown. Chris Godwin.
Oh, he wanted.
I saw that. He wanted
Yeah.
to dunk the ball. But 23-yard reception. These guys just looking way too
Man,
good.
they're making me change all this work. Just win the game. All right, so the Buccaneers are 100% now. That was the final nail in the coffin. The nail was already in, but it is hammered in now. That means they are going to go to Detroit next week on Sunday and have to face against the Detroit Lions. What are our score predictions, or how do we think that game is going to go? AJ, you go ahead.
I think it's going to come down to the defense, man. I mean, if Tampa Bay their defense plays like how they played today, they definitely got a very good chance. But the Lions are full of grit, and I see that the Buccaneers are full of grit as well. And Baker Mayfield's playing with a huge chip on his shoulder. Definitely like seeing that. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than people think. But I do believe that the Lions will still come out on top of this game.
Yeah. You saw a lot of dysfunction on this Eagles offense, and that's why the Buccaneers defense was able to play so well. That's not a knock on the Buccaneers defense. I think they have a lot of good players on there. I think they're a pretty decent defense overall. But that Lions offense is playing very well. Amon Ra. Did you know I think it's actually pronounced Amon Ra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that on his they show the face and they say their name and then the college they went to. He said Amon Ra. So I gotta research that more because I think we've been absolutely butchering his name for way too long. So I'll be back with that. But Amon Ra potentially. Laporta, Jameson Williams, I think that's his name, the Williams wide receiver. Yeah. There's just too many Williams. It's hard to figure it out. But he had a really good game this past game. There's a lot of key players that I would love to see. I think the Lions offense is going to put up a lot better against these guys. So we got a few comments. Must be tough changing the scoreboard read. Thanks for your work today. Hey, thank you, sir, for tuning in. That's hard work. I appreciate that.
It is.
But hey, the scoreboard, it's just you forget about it. Like you just want to start talking about the game immediately and the touchdown, but then you're just like, nope, freaking keyboard warrior over here. You gotta take care of it. Liam says, I'd love to see the Bucs succeed. I like Baker since he was drafted, but he was mistreated in Cleveland. But I'm glad to see him coming back. I think it's been a whole transformation for Baker. I don't think he was playing this well that we've seen him back in Cleveland. That playoff run was pretty nice, but I think definitely this is the best we've ever seen Baker, and this is the most mature we've ever seen Baker. There was always noise around Baker back when he was with Cleveland. I love the growth he has gone through, and I would love to see him get some more commercials because I think he was incredible in those. What insurance was it?
Was it Geico? Was it Geico insurance?
No, it was not Geico.
No, was it Progressive? Was it Allstate?
I think it might have been Allstate.
Those were good commercials. I really enjoyed them.
They were incredible. I would love to see him get something. It doesn't need to be with the last place, but I'd love to see him in commercials again. It was State Farm. Okay.
Was it State Farm?
But State Farm and Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, no way. Yeah, it leaves it's Allstate. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, those were hilarious.
But Baker's a great media guy. I would love to see him back in commercials. I would love to see him continue to succeed. I don't think they'll succeed against the Lions, but I think he has definitely earned another contract. And he could have played himself out of the league this year. He could have been a backup for the rest of his career if he did play well with the Bucs, but he played well. He has earned himself a spot in this league, saying that he is still a top 32 starter. It's Progressive. He just looked it up. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, Goddard's hurt.
Goddard's down. But Reed, I think I might have to disagree with you here.
Whoa.
I think Baker will find himself a long-term contract with the Buccaneers after watching this game. I think he finds himself, a 4-year contract with the
4
Buccaneers.
years is crazy.
It is, but he's at the age where he can't accept anything less. This is his last big boy contract. And if he accepts anything less, he would never get that big contract. I think it's the same position that Dak Prescott's in. I don't think Dak Prescott could get anything less.
A lot of leverage because he can point at the Daniel Jones contract and say, I deserve that.
Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson. He would love to bring up that Deshaun Watson contract.
He would love to bring up, hey, I just beat Jalen Hurts. Look at his contract. Look at him make $50 million a year.
Exactly. Yes.
There's many things that he can point to, and I as much as I don't agree that he's worth that money, he can point at all of them and say, "Hey, I deserve this."
If I'm not mistaken, I think Cade Otton's still in his rookie deal. They got Chris Godwin. They're about to lose Mike Evans, so they're not going to be able to pay that. Right? Yep. Rashad White is still on a rookie deal. They got some money in the cap.
Yep.
They got some money in the cap. I say, hey, Baker Mayfield, this is our guy. We'll draft a quarterback late. We'll draft maybe a JJ McCarthy late.
Let him develop.
And we'll draft a wide receiver in the first round. We'll draft a wide receiver in the first round to replace Mike Evans. But we still got Chris Godwin as our wide receiver 1. And then Cade Otton as a compliment. I think they're in a good position. They're in a very good position.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. I can't wait to see. I love the season. I love the games, but I love the off season. Honestly, there's so many good storylines. I wish the fans loved it more so they could tune in more. But I love the off season. So many great storylines. So much drama. So many. Let's keep. Who's AJ Brown following, or who did he just unfollow? I love it all. It's so much fun. I cannot wait for this off season.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We need you guys. We need y'all's help to stay tuned in, keep us active. It's a lot more fun whenever we get to interact with you guys instead of interacting with a 0 in the viewer count. Because it does happen. It does.
Those dry months.
Yeah. We call it the desert of the NFL.
Yep.
But, man, this is kind of depressing, right? Especially if you're an Eagles fan. You're just watching the end of this game. You just want it to be over. You're probably ready to turn off the TV. You're laying down in your bed, a tear shedding down from your eyes, and then everyone's texting. Your phone's blowing up.
Oh.
All your buddies texting you.
Yep.
All the Cowboys fans are texting you. And it's horrible. It's a bad place to be. Not here in NSP, though.
No, we support you guys.
We'll put you on the Vince hotline for now. Reed and I are still competing.
Yes, sir. All right. Man.
So we solidified our spots in the playoff bracket, right? So now we got the Detroit Lions going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be a great game. The San Francisco 49ers going up against the Green Bay Packers. Another great game. The Baltimore Ravens against the Houston Texans, the most sought-out game, in my opinion. I think everyone's going to have all eyes on that game, if you ask me. And then you got the Buffalo Bills going up against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Dude, all these games are so good.
It's going to be great. But what game will have the Monday night game, right? Because you're going to have 3 games on Sunday, hopefully.
There's only 4 games. There's 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
They're not going to have a game on Monday?
Nope.
Really?
This is the last Monday night game. Because you don't want to go into the championship weekend, a team that has that loss of a day or whatever.
I guess so. I really hope the Niners don't play on Saturday. I hope they have the Ravens and the Niners play on Sunday. Oh,
Niners play on Saturday.
They do?
Yeah, it's already solidified.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Times have been out since yesterday.
Oh.
We sent it to you.
When?
I sent it to you. You replied it. I said it's a date.
Oh, they do play Saturday. Yep. Damn, dude. I'm going to be in Austin, too.
Yeah, I think I might jump out of that trip.
Jump out of it?
Yeah.
All right.
Not solidified yet, but.
Well, for sure, we can't watch the game together.
Yes, so that's the problem. One of the problems. Because I as much as I'd love to, I'll get under your skin.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be watching that game in Austin. I guess I'll take my Roku, see what I can do. But oh man, we get closer to the Super Bowl.
Yep. It's gonna be
This game's still
fun.
going.
What?
So this game's still going.
Few more seconds left. The Eagles will not just throw in the towel. Unfortunately, that's not who Sirianni is. I'm gonna try to stay on Twitter and see if I could catch any snippets of Sirianni's press conference. I would love to see what he says in this press conference. Liam has a comment. He says, "I'm not sure if you'd would still be friends if you watched together." Listen, I don't know if you paid. I can't remember if you paid attention or watched my live stream last time the Packers played against the Giants and how animated I got. I held myself back in that game. Okay, I did not get as animated as I wanted to. Usually, I trash talk so much. I say some egregious things, not things that should be said live. I think there is one thing I have said on live that is it could it's like a cancelable moment that I said when I was watching the Packers. And I'm also just so toxic towards AJ whenever the Niners are playing.
Very.
Yeah,
Very.
I just find little ways to get underneath the skin. All that together, AJ just gets very passionate also, but he tries to keep it under cool.
I think this is the best year I've had as a Niners fan. Like I feel like even if the game does go south this weekend, like I'm not gonna blow my top like how I used to do.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
100% true.
I
If
yeah.
the games go south for me, I don't go all on this game. Like we're playing with house money.
We just got to remember, like, remind ourselves. Same thing with fantasy football, that we're not in there.
Yep.
We have no control over this game.
I feel like I'm in there sometimes though, AJ.
Trust me, yeah, you know I feel that way too. You know I feel that way too, and I wish I was. But I'm not like any of those fans like to punch their TVs. Reed and I both have
I'll
way
do an
more
air
common sense.
punch, but
Yeah,
I'll never throw it at a TV.
yeah, we have way more common sense than that. But I think as we get older, we more and more realize like, hey,
I should
we
do
have.
a lot of shouting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Liam saying good night. Says, all right, thanks for a good show, guys. I'm going to head out. Going to have a good night and rest of the week. See you, Liam. Thank you so much for joining us here live. You have a great night as well. Thank you so much for joining us here live. We're
Fourth
trying
and
to get our
six.
view hours a little bit more. So thank you. Appreciate you a lot.
4th and 6, they don't pick it up. So Eagles get the ball and they'll try to trap it down. Hopefully, it's going to be a few sacks and they can run out this clock and end this. But it's probably going to be a lot of out of bounds plays or incompletions and draw out this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. So, I mean, I don't know. Whatever you want to do, Reed.
Do you want to go ahead and end it?
I think we can. I do want to say this was a very successful stream.
Yeah.
I believe we had 3 subscribers this video. Yeah, I just saw our subscriber list. We're
Nice.
we're at 584.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't know who the other ones are, but thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it a lot. Try to see the live analytics, but it's not giving it to me. But
Yeah, we have to end first.
it doesn't give me the subscribers. It gives me everything else.
Oh, they took Mariota's in the game actually now.
Really?
They took Jalen Hurts out. They threw the towel in, and they ran the ball with a minute left. They threw the towel in. Wow. All right, so we may potentially do a live next week for a live play-by-play, maybe on Sunday. I don't know when AJ comes back from the Austin trip.
I'll be back Sunday.
You'll be back Sunday, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a Sunday night live. That is a TBD, to be decided type of thing. Jason Kelsey looks like he's about to cry on the sideline right now. I think this is definitely going to be his last game. Best of luck to him. He is emotional right now. Gosh. Yeah, this is his last game.
Yeah. What an amazing career.
Amazing career. Hall of Fame, probably. And that is the end of the game. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and end it off here. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We appreciate you being a part of NSP Nation. If you have not yet, make sure you go down into our description, find all our socials, join the Discord. That is where you can hang out with more of us. But if you have not hit the sub button, like this video if you enjoyed even a second of it. And until next time, make sure you stay tuned to everything NSP, and we'll see you. Keep on grinding.